Frank.
Game on, motherfucker.
Big Brother Gossip.
I'm a dirty little boy.
You stinky?
Don't know, but I need a hot shower. Can I use this?
I'm literally full of shit right now.
Yeah.
Huh?
You feel all right, though?
Yeah?
That's all that matters.
Dude, why is my boob chafing from this mic?
I am an aspiring mathematician.
And I got in trouble a lot for being too happy.
What
Big Brother Gossip.
I don't know how we got so lucky
Man,
to be in this house with this particular group of people.
I know, right?
You remember you gotta come out and say, hey, everybody wants to see my HOH room?
We do that every time?
Every damn time.
Why?
No, I am a slow learner.
I'm a slow learner too.
I'm the secret nerd.
Hey, hate everyone. So they hate everyone. We're just shitty cast.
Stop.
Why'd you put me in here with these people?
Pandora's box.
What is that?
The fuck you don't know what Pandora's box is for, man?
Well, I know what. What is it?
What is it?
When you open, are we talking?
How you don't know what a Pandora's box is?
I know what a Pandora's
What are
box.
you doing here? Do you even go here?
Do you even
Go to this school.
Someone complained that I giggled too much.
Shut
Fucking giggle monster over there.
I've got really strong pheromones. It's what makes me so irresistible to women.
If I was gay, I'd bone you.
Stuff your fucking pickle.
You're so gross.
Big Brother Gossip.
Well, I'm just gonna ask, are we live right now?
Yeah.
This game, I'm kind of over it at this point.
It's good for America. It's good for America.
Maybe you should just move to Cali and become a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Big Brother Gossip.
Don't ever say that. You can call me a dick, an asshole. Don't ever call me a douche. Dave's a slut.
What are you doing finger popping people's butt?
This game is literally like being in high school. A really bitchy, awful high school.
Big Brother Gossip.
It is the Big Brother Gossip Show on this lovely Saturday evening. I am Scott Hudson, one of your hosts. I am joined by the beautiful and talented Miss Colette La La La.
Good evening, Scott. Good evening, Mike.
Yes, we're also joined by Mike, a.k.a.
Yes.
the other guy.
Good evening, Scott. Good evening, Colette. Good evening, listeners. Everywhere.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
We're all so friendly tonight.
That's a what?
That won't last long.
I'm drunk.
I was gonna say.
Oh, Lord. Okay. That's the show, folks. We're drunk. Goodbye. No. We're going to get drunker. That's the key here.
Yay.
But before we get into anything, I know that there's one person on Twitter who hates when we do this, but we have to promote our Patreon. That's right. Patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip. Give us a little money, you get a few treats, like an MP3 of that lovely promo that I played at the very beginning of the
Which,
show.
by the way, I like more and more every time I hear it.
Oh, that's awesome to hear.
I listened to last week's show at the gym, and I busted out laughing during the whole Pandora's Box thing. I'm like cracking up while I'm on the treadmill.
That is good. Also, special thanks to our executive producers, Jeremy Shoemaker, Allison Hargroves, and Linda Snow. And we also have to plug ourselves, Colette. Wait.
Yes.
That sounds a little weird. But we do a bonus show every Wednesday. This past Wednesday was our longest show yet. We had a lot to cover. But I love doing it. I think it gets better every time we record one of those.
Yes, I have so much fun with it. I love all of our little segments that we're working on and adding, and I love that you guys love it. And definitely, please keep letting us know, because we have no idea if you like or don't like what we're doing unless you tweet and let us know. So that's that's the best way to get us to improve, add things, subtract things, whatever. But so far, I know there are a lot of projects that people were catching up on today, which I think we're going to touch on a little bit.
Yes, including myself.
Yeah, it's very good.
That's Day Drinking with Scott and Colette. Those at a certain level on Patreon get that in their little box late Wednesday afternoon, depending on how drunk I am and how much time it takes to edit out our mistakes.
Mistakes? How many bathroom breaks?
Yes, bathroom breaks.
No mistakes, Scott.
Well, bathroom breaks, more importantly.
Okay.
All right, well, let's go to our Big Brother Gossip mailbag. And we actually had too many than we have time to do. but we're gonna do 4. I think we had 7 total, so I'm sorry the 3 we didn't do. Maybe next week we'll get to them or submit different ones. I don't know. I think these will take some time. From a sober Jeremy Shoemaker, here's what he has written. Hello, it's me, king of the questions that need deciphering. Sorry about that. He has a question for each of us. First one is to me. Colette is supposed to put earmuffs on.
Right.
Which time did you feel Colette crossed the bitchy big brother line and made you feel, holy shit, I can't believe she said that? Don't wuss out. You know there's one out there. Well.
Wait, what's his last name? Shoemaker? Because
yes.
I want to change it to Troublemaker.
That's right. Shoemaker the Troublemaker. Colette is on the show because she is an, let's say, open book. Let's say outspoken. Let's say she has a way with words. Are there times that I roll my eyes? Yeah. Are there times that I've been angry? Yeah, but 99.9% of those times are more alcohol-driven than content-driven.
Okay, now, last episode, didn't I feel bad? I felt bad about something, and I called you the next morning, and I apologized to you, didn't I?
You did.
Yes, okay.
We know that nothing that any of us says is personally. Again, most disagreements we've ever had have been alcohol-driven. Isn't that safe to say?
I would say so.
Okay, so yeah, I would never say that she's crossed the line. How's that? You can take your earmuffs off now.
I can come up with a moment.
No, shut up, Mike.
No, I want to hear
Nice
what
moment.
I want to hear what Mike has
It
to
was
say.
during the Amanda interview. I can't think of specifically what it was, but I know at one point when we were talking live with Amanda, I'm like, we're so glad we got her. And I think there was something you said. I was like, oh my God, holy! I was like, but she answered whatever it was, and we just went right along. It was great. That's it.
I have no idea what that was.
I know there was times when I was like, I can't believe we're actually talking to Amanda and we're asking these questions and she's answering them, and so I was afraid to ask.
The important thing is she answered them. So
yes, no, that's what I'm saying. But that
Okay.
was a holy shit moment for me.
All right, Colette, your question is: you have talked about your dislike of Ms. Casting for Big Brother. Who would you like to see them use?
I thought this was such a dumb question because I don't know anything about the casting industry or casting companies or casting. I don't know. All I know is Robin Cass sucks at her job. That's all I know.
That's all that matters.
All I know is I want her out. I have no idea who casts other shows. All I know is this bitch doesn't know how to cast Big Brother. That's all I know.
And we all agree on that.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Who do you think would make it farther in the Big Brother house? Me or Colette?
Oh, I didn't see this question. I was so mad by the first one that I didn't even read this one. I didn't see this until just
Told
now.
you. Kind of threw me a bone. He's like, all right, I'll ask Mike a question.
This is actually a good one.
This is a really good one.
So I will be honest. I look at Scott and I as kind of similar going into the house. I think we'd both be labeled as the old guys, and we wouldn't get much of a chance. We'd be like, oh yeah, be nice to Mike or be nice to Scott. You know, we'll just come on, Scott, let's go. Yeah, sure, we'll include you. And then, oh, sorry, Scott, it's time for you to go. That's really what I kind of figure. I think Colette would definitely. She's always joked that you wouldn't last long in the house. You've said that, but I have a feeling.
Yeah, I always think I would be the first one out.
I know.
Because people would just.
I don't think you would. I think yes, I do think you would probably tick off some people, but I think there would be enough people that you wouldn't tick off, or that you would line up with, that you would be able to get at least a little ways, if not further, into the game. And I also think what I have is you'd rub enough of the house, some of the house guests the right way that they'd want to keep you around, and plus I think you would give great diary rooms and probably have a huge love-hate relationship with production. And I just think that would be something that might get you to last a little bit longer too. I think you would be very entertaining in the diary room with your snarkiness, and so I think you would go further than Scott and including myself.
Boo!
Sorry.
That was very nice. Thank you, Mike.
I wasn't doing it to be nice. I was doing it to be honest.
No, because I've
Yep.
said all along that I would
Yep.
go out first. I've always said, because people have asked me, all the time, why don't you go in? Why don't you go in? And yet, no, I'm too honest. I can't be fake.
Yeah.
As we've seen on this show, and it gets me in a lot of trouble. Yeah.
All right. Question number 2 comes from Evan Brett Manning. He writes, I know you're fans of BBUK and BBAU, and that's filled with audience participation. Do you like when Big Brother US gets the audience involved via Team America, America's Player, etc.? What ideas do you guys have to get the audience involved in Big Brother US? Well, we will be talking more about this later, but my answer is very simple. No audience participation. No. I have this argument every year with a couple people that think that we should be voting on who's evicted. God, no. We would have no fun people in the house. It would all be the 17-year-old girls' picks. And we might end up with that at the end of this year anyway. No.
Possible.
No. Who else wants to take that?
I can go. Go ahead, Colette. Go.
Okay. I was going to say, well, yeah, no, I don't want the public to vote on who to evict. And we saw how awful this was with that MVP thing.
Yes.
That twist was really bad because of America Sucks. I actually don't mind it for like America's favorite player, because it's always fascinating to me at the end of the season to see who America likes. Like, I remember being absolutely stunned, speechless when Keisha.
Oh, okay.
Remember when Keisha won?
Yeah,
I mean, there have been others, but I remember when Keisha won. That was the one where I threw a hissy fit online, and there's no way. There is no way. Yeah, no, I could not believe that she won that season for that season. And as far as this new one, which we're going to get into a little bit later, I thought I would hate it. I would hate this new recent Hunger Games twist, but actually, it's turning out to add another interesting dimension to the game. So I can't say that I hate this whole care package thing yet.
Can I throw in?
It's really affected the house in a big way.
I want to throw in one moment that I did really enjoy. The America's favorite player.
Another America's favorite moment.
Oh,
yes.
When we fooled everyone.
Well, that was good too. I'm talking about
Later
a couple
that segment,
years ago, when a certain person who can never be named on this show was so convinced that they were going to win that $25,000 at the end of the season.
Yes, that's what I thought.
And he got himself front and center in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And then when it was announced that it went to Donnie, his face dropped.
The screen cap of the jaw.
It was the best moment of an awful season. All right, Mike, you can take it now.
All right, so I actually put a lot of thought into this, and I said, I don't care. Let the audience vote on anything. I don't care within reason. I mean, like things, like choices. Just make it 2 really crappy choices. So fine, give them have not food kind of a thing. Whatever. Make it just 2 crappy choices. Give them something to vote on. Whatever, but don't give them something good versus something bad. Make it all bad, and they're just choosing which bad thing they get. It's always going to be a popularity contest, which is kind of what we said with this care package thing. Just don't give them good things. Another idea that I just kind of just brainstorming came up with is tell them one house guest is actually going to be voted out by the public. Tell them. And have that person get voted on by the public. They're not really getting, and we can know they're not getting voted out. It doesn't matter. We know that it's a fake eviction, which is done on these other shows. They get voted out. They get thrown in solitary for a day or 2, not for a whole week. And they have video where they can watch. But I thought this, only the video, not the audio. Kind of like they did in Big Brother Canada a couple of years ago. And they can just sit in that room for a couple of days and watch everybody talking and go a bit mad trying to figure out what's going on. And the additional twist of that would be tell the house guests they're really not voted out. They're in solitary and they're watching you, so the house guests could turn around and play pranks on them and pretend to be scheming when they weren't.
That's interesting.
Just a twist as a way to have the audience do something. So,
in other words, you want them to be more unique in their twists.
Well, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Question number 3 comes to Ben Brody, who always writes very elaborate questions, and this one I actually did some research on. Okay, Scene, in association with Warner Brothers to help promote their upcoming movie Suicide Squad, whatever that is, CBS
It's a
has
movie.
requested you, the executive producer of Big Brother, I like the thought of that, to conceive a new week-long Big Brother twist. This twist requires you to bring at least 4 BB villains back into the game to wreak havoc on the current cast. Warner Brothers deal so lucrative that any former house guest you request simply would not be able to turn it down. Also, this twist is more than likely to upset the current balance of power in the house. End scene. Mike, you're the historian of the show. We'll let you go first on this.
All right. So I just thought, knowing that I tend to think old stuff, and I do have to put a caveat on the one problem with the names that I'm going to throw out. There's most of these house guests would be considered the old people in the house. So I don't know how much. I'm going to assume that they go in at the same age that they were when they were in the house. That way they're treated a little bit more reasonable.
Oh, my God.
I know. I thought about this. All right. First one. Big Brother 1's Will Mega.
Oh, God.
I mean, it was a villain. I think he would just cause all kinds of crap and just make everybody uncomfortable, just like he did the only 2 weeks that he was in the original Big Brother and was quickly voted out by the public. I just have a feeling he would just drive everyone crazy. The second one I have, I'm going in chronological order, is when they were in the house. June from season 4, who actually won season 4. She was a major shit stirrer in the house. You cannot like her. Was she not a villain, though? Was she a villain?
I actually liked her during her season.
Yeah, I just don't like her tweeting.
I'm talking about back then. I didn't care for her on the show. I thought she was a villain. I thought she was, yeah. Anyways, I thought she stirred some. Her or Allison, one of the two of them could have been either one. So next one, Evil Dick. That's an obvious one. Don't need to say any more about that. If you don't know who Evil Dick is, then figure it out.
Why are you listening?
Traitor.
Yes.
Traitor.
Traitor.
My last one.
Traitor. Traitor.
My last one is the one that in my brain, I was like, I know who this person is. I got to look him up. And it's from Big Brother 9, and it's Joshua, who was the cast, the gay member of the Big Brother 9 season.
I don't remember him at all.
Oh, is he the one that did the horse thing in the hot tub?
He did. He yelled at. I googled Joshua.
He thought some girl looked like a horse, and so he neighed like a horse in the hot tub. I think that's him.
I googled Joshua Big Brother 9 to look to, and the first video that came up with him ripping to. Is that Amanda? Was that the one that always say no bueno?
Yes, that was the horse girl. Yeah.
And he jumped out of the pool. He's calling her he dropped the C word.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
Yeah.
And they had to haul him into the and then oh god, the scene. I said to these guys before we started doing our show, I was like, I watched this and like, oh my god, we haven't seen fights like this in years. And Josh, he was wishing someone dead or something. Oh, just the stuff that he was doing. He was
the good old days.
Yeah, he was an asshole in the house. He was he's good.
So that's my 4 picks. As far as what I don't know. He wants 4 villains. That's what he wants. There you go.
Colette.
Okay, I need to start. Okay, so what I do with these questions is I read them, and then as soon as the questions come up, it was like, what 4 villains did you bring back? So I went over to my notes and I wrote 4 villains, but I didn't read the rest of the question about like that it would be for a week and they would upset the balance of the house and all this stuff. So I'm sorry, but I did pick 4 villains, and I do think that they still fit this thing. But obviously, Amanda Zuckerman. I don't think anybody doubted I would pick her. I don't have reasons for these either, but
no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay. I did pick Vanessa Russo.
Oh my god!
Wow.
No, because in the house she makes everybody else go nuts.
That's true,
including herself. And I feel like, and then now reading this question, putting her into this house just to stir shit up. Oh my god!
Can you imagine?
Make everybody paranoid. She would go to everybody and give them all a different story and make them all paranoid.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a certain brother who was bred for this game, how he would react?
There you go. Okay, going back a couple few more years, Ronnie Talbot.
Yep, I thought about Ronnie as a possible one.
Yeah, I had him on my short list.
Just because I feel like he has a score to settle, maybe. Yep. I feel like he would just go in and raise hell.
He'd probably love to go back in too. He is still very much into Big Brother.
Yeah, he would. We know.
I think so, and I think he relishes the fact that he was a villain, and he's fine with it. He's okay with being hated. So yeah, and I gotta round this out with my girl Lydia Tavera.
I love Lydia.
She'd go in, she'd drink, she'd break shit, she'd wreak havoc. Yeah, she would cause drama, and I miss her so much. I really want her back in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, so those are my.
I am shocked that you skipped one that is on my list.
Well, that's good that it's.
It'll be coming toward the end of it. We're going to start off though with Punk Rock James.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated him.
Well, that would okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just reacting. Reacting. Didn't say it was right or wrong. I just said I
Right.
hated him. Okay.
Chima.
That's funny.
She would create havoc with these idiots.
Yep.
I actually have 5. I cheated on this. Matt Hoffman.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And here's the one that I thought that Colette would have. Willie Hance.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Willie.
Willie. I forgot about my Willie. Oh.
And I also did include Amanda Zuckerman. I think bringing her back would be so entertaining.
I agree.
Willie's good. Willie's good. Okay, I'll trade Vanessa for Willie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, this final question will come and go real quick. This is for all of us. What is your favorite wine, liquor, and beer? Well, I drink whiskey, and I kind of like
kind of whiskey?
Canadian whiskey.
Okay.
I have Windsor Coke tonight, but it could be any kind of Canadian whiskey. Colette, how about you?
Okay, so I go through phases. Either I just constantly drink white, or I constantly drink red. I am like probably 2 years into my white phase right now. So it goes back and forth. Sometimes a phase could last 3 months, 6 months, a year, but this white it's gone on for a while. But I pick my wine based on either the name of the wine or how pretty the label is.
That's the important thing.
That is how I go when I go to the store. That's how I pick my wine. Pretty label or good name. And if you follow me on Twitter, I tweet it every week when I'm drinking, and you will notice good name, pretty label. Tonight was a little bit of both, by the way, and it was actually a rosé. And I usually stick between, with wine you can go nuts, but I will stick between like the $10 to $20 range. I figure that way it won't taste like piss and vinegar, but it's not too fancy that I can't afford to do this. Well, now I've got to do it fucking twice a week.
Yeah.
Oh, the life of a podcaster. Yeah. So that's how I do it.
All right, Mike.
So, I wrote down everything. Of course, the wine. My wife drinks wine more than I ever do, and she likes Moscato, so I drink that when she has it. So any kind of Moscato, not any kind.
Your wife? How old is your wife? Can I ask?
She's about the same age as me.
80.
I'll tell you after the show.
No, because I have noticed that there is a certain age range.
Yes.
Of women that start to like Moscato at a certain age, and so I'm wondering if my theory about your wife fits in. It's not good or bad.
What's the certain age?
No, because actually,
if you name the number, I'll say.
No, I'm going to say 50s. A woman starts. Okay.
She's not there yet. There you go.
Okay, I think that's
good.
Okay.
We saved her age and just said she's under 50. That's good.
Yeah.
So I'll drink Moscato. That's what she had. Liquor. I do like liquor. I like gin. I like Bombay Sapphire gin that my best friend turned me on to years and years ago. So that's that. And then, but what I drink every single podcast, and most of you know because I also usually tweet what I'm drinking, is the beer. And I currently, late last season, actually during Big Brother, I kind of fell in love with these shandy beers, and this is the Traveler Beer Company Grapefruit Shandy is the one that I have in my hand right now, and I tried a couple of other grapefruit kind of beers earlier. This is my third beer at this point, and but I still the grapefruit.
You're already on number 3 tonight.
I just started.
Oh,
I just
God!
Popped the lid on number 3.
Shit! Oh shit!
Yep. And we haven't even started talking about the show.
Yeah, we haven't even started talking about the week yet.
Oh no!
But we do have a couple other things to talk about before we get to what happened on this past week. First off, last week Colette gave us all or 2 weeks ago Colette gave us all homework, and that homework coincided with a special airing today on TCM. That, of course, is the movie Gaslight, which I watched and loved. And I just kind of wonder, do you think that TCM got their highest ratings ever thanks to Colette?
I think so. I got a lot of tweets from people saying, I got one. I hope this was like a high school student. I hope. But someone said, I'm about to watch my first black and white movie ever, Gaslight. And I got so excited by that. I thought that was so cute. And yeah, so a bunch of people tweeted me, and then someone else actually tweeted. They said, oh my God, Gaslight has been trending on Twitter for like the past 2 hours. So I hope that's because of this here little podcast that you guys watched it today. But it was on today at noon. I was running around all day, but all I kept thinking was, I gotta get to my destination. I gotta get there. I gotta start watching. So I caught like the last 2/3 of it. Yeah, so I watched it again myself.
Fabulous. Okay, also this past Thursday, Celebrity Big Brother started in the UK. I have found it on YouTube. It is out there if you do a little searching. Maybe tomorrow I'll tweet the link out to it. The person who shall not be named is obviously on there, but also Renee from Mob Wives and Aubrey
O'Day.
Aubrey, who I like. There's a UK bimbo that I kind of like that's on.
Oh, I know which one that is.
She's got dark hair. Then there's one. She has her lip injections are so big and bad that I can't understand a word she says.
She reminds me of the one that was the really heavily tattooed one that was on last season.
Yeah,
a little bit. With the lips and the hair.
Anyway,
Samantha Fox is in there.
Samantha Fox, yes.
I'm excited about her. Yeah, I haven't had it these past few days. Have been nuts for me. So my plan is, and like I said on our Wednesday broadcast, what I like to do with Celebrity Big Brother, since I usually really love it, I like to rack up like 3 or 4 episodes and just do a binge session. So that's my plan for Monday, is to binge it. And yeah, maybe later.
Yeah, I think I'll watch today's and tomorrow's tomorrow. I watched the first 2 episodes already.
Yeah, I'm like a quarter of the way through the 3rd episode. So.
And it's only a 3-week or 4-week run, so I mean it's real easy to just watch an hour per day. It's not that hard. All right, now we move into the rumor mill. A certain website who I normally don't like to read posted a couple articles this week about a possible surprise fall season. And we talked about this a little bit, quite a lot, on Day Drinking with Scott and Colette.
20 minutes.
Yeah. So, Colette, would you like to talk about this a little bit?
Okay, so I'm just going to touch on this briefly because there's not a lot to say about it at this point in time. So, like Scott just said, earlier this week, a website with very questionable accuracy published an article saying that Big Brother was currently casting for an upcoming fall season to premiere in September. I immediately called bullshit because if you take one look at the CBS fall schedule, then you know that there is absolutely no room for Big Brother to fit in on any night. You got Madam Secretary, NCIS, Elementary, NFL football, Michael Weatherly's new show, MacGyver, Big Bang, whatever that show is, and the whole comedy line. Basically, every single night is jam-packed with shows. There is no room for Big Brother to air on any night. And I Googled it, I looked it up, double-checked it, tweeted a picture of it, whatever. So once I pointed this out, the theories then started to float about Big Brother 19 airing on either Pop or CBS All Access. And so as it turns out, the new Star Trek series will only be available on CBS All Access. This fact alone lent a lot of credence to the theory that Big Brother might only be available online. And then the following day, that same aforementioned website published another article where now he says, oh yeah, all along I said it wouldn't be on CBS. And by the way, it'll be a shorter 70-day season. Bullshit. Okay, the fans figured out it wouldn't air on CBS, not this guy.
Right. And so it doesn't take much to guess it'd be shorter because we do have Thanksgiving and Christmas. So 70 days would be about all that they would have.
Okay, so that's where we are now. the possibility of a new fall season is in the air, and there's a lot of excitement amongst the Big Brother fan base. We know that the new president of CBS is a huge Big Brother fan. It is, in fact, his favorite show. Will Big Brother join the ranks of Amazing Race and Survivor and start airing multiple seasons a year? I don't know, but I say it's a definite possibility. I, for one, am totally cool with it. I've learned to love this little dog and pony show we put together every Saturday night, and I take great pride in it every week. So I feel like a couple years back I would have been like, God damn it, and I would have resented it, and I would have hated it, and I would have fought against. I would have done anything. But now, when I heard it initially, I was like, oh God, what? And then I went, oh wait, that's going to be fun. So. It's because I don't eat sugar anymore in my cleanse, and I'm like a happier person overall. I don't know, you guys. I don't know, but I'm very excited about it, and I can say that I will definitely be back to cover Big Brother 19 if we get a new fall season.
Exactly. And I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine that works for another network, and CBS did have they announced their earnings or whatever. They had some big. But they also announced that their All Access site has passed the 1 million subscriber mark, which is pretty important. That still is peanuts compared to what network shows get. But I would imagine a good percentage of them are gone in September. And I think,
wait, 1 million subscribers? That's $6 million a month?
Yeah, or 70 million a year.
That's not bad. Yeah, and we even mentioned on the Big Brother Gossip show that, or no, on the bonus show that a lot of people that subscribed to the feeds last year forgot to cancel or didn't cancel and kept their and ended up canceling their cable service and kept it. I don't know about you, Mike, but I got screwed on feed sales this year. I probably made less than half of what I made in the past years of selling feeds because everybody kept their subscriptions. Everybody kept them.
The word out there on the street is that news. We only get referrals when you subscribe.
Yeah.
If you keep it going, it used to be we don't get anything for you keeping it all year round, and so that's one of the other reasons that this whole Patreon thing seemed okay to us.
3 little months. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also it should be also noted that yes, that's still compared to network is not the same amount of money, but they want the future is online programming. Right. Yep. They want to have a portion of that market, so they would be willing to take a loss for a couple years just to try to get it going. But again, it should also be noted, though.
Is it a loss, though? I mean, God, we could go into this forever because you're bringing up a lot of interesting points. Yeah. Big Brother, I feel like it's not an expensive show to produce. The house is there. The house is there. All it is they make money. Yeah. There's nothing to shoot. They don't have to go on location. They don't have to pay actors. They make shit on that show. The crew is already in. A camera's already. Everything's there.
Give them $500,000. They don't give them that much.
Yeah.
There was a Scott. You talked to somebody that at another network. One of our followers, our listeners, TV Tater, I think it was, tweeted a link to an article. I don't remember which paper it was. It was a major newspaper, and it was about CBS's online earnings and stuff. So there was an article that came out that kind of said, they're making money. This is the new model they're working towards.
Right,
so.
Right.
I think it's very cutting edge for them to do this. I mean, we talked about this a lot on the bonus show about the whole Star Trek thing because I was like, God, the movie is huge. It's doing amazing in theaters. Why would they just do this online only? But think about how huge Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu are with their original programming now, which is just crushing it, and even more is added all the time. I think it's extremely cutting edge for them to do this, and I think they're ahead of the other networks doing this.
I have 2 other things. One of them is about me, so I didn't tell you two. I didn't tell you two, but one of the things I tweeted as soon as this rumor came out was, it's gonna finish in December, but a lot of people are gonna be getting divorce papers in for Thanksgiving, So that was kind of a reference to me, kind of joking about it. But I actually broke it to my wife. She listened to Day Drinking, that portion of it, with me after I told her.
Oh boy!
I said, by the way, dear. No, I said I'd already told her before she listened to it. But you know what? She didn't look at me and go like, Yeah, no. So, I don't know. She didn't say no.
We'll be here. We'll be here. We'll work it out to help you out.
And the other thing was that I just saw in the chat room somebody talked about Julie Chen costing a fortune. I don't think
she would do an online version.
Hosting it. I
She
think
doesn't need money. She doesn't need money. She doesn't need
else
her
to
paycheck.
host. Maybe Kathy Griffin. You think? Maybe.
No, I think we know who it would be.
No.
And I don't want to say that person's name either. Okay.
We speculated on who else.
Well,
might
just
host
think about somebody we see on a loop, hours and hours per day.
Watch his extra special.
Yeah. All right. And the thing is, even if today CBS is saying yes internally about this, tomorrow some exec could say no, we're not. So I mean, anything we say here, the minds could be changed in a heartbeat. Remember, some of these people in this year's cast were brought in the week before the season started.
Yeah, and I think it's not until the third month of Big Brother where they announced that Big Brother's been renewed for another season. So they strategically plan it, and they haven't made that announcement yet. And when that announcement comes out, I have a feeling, I think it's going to be probably mid to late August, and that's when CBS is going to drop the bomb. If it's going to be
if
a
it
fall
happens.
season.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll probably be like, CBS is, Big Brother has been renewed for seasons 19 and 20. 19 will start airing September 20, whatever the fuck. And then, yeah, I think that's when they'll do it. We'll see.
Right. Yep. Well, let's finally move on then into what happened this past week, which really isn't a lot, but we do have a lot of clips.
Yep.
So I don't know how this happened. Not much activity, but lots of audio. So we'll start with a couple of things that happened at the beginning of the week. We really don't have to talk too much about the whole Call Paris thing. They showed it on Thursday's episode. The Paris room, and Paul got it, and blah blah blah.
Just know, if on the show it seemed like it happened in like 10 minutes, but in real life it was actually a pretty captivating 2 hours.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Yeah, it was really good. I was watching it at the time.
But the one thing that happened during that time that they didn't show. Okay, now remember, right away, the first couple to really start looking for it. This is even before Paul started looking around. Natalie and James were working together. And they were working pretty hard. Well, another couple didn't work together, and that led to this.
I don't know, I guess I'm sorry because you're mad at me. I just expected you to come out and do exactly what Natalie did with James. And come here and then tell him. And then it was fine, though, because it's not a big deal. I just felt like...
Well, Natalie is...
I know, but I just feel like I immediately would have pulled you aside and just...
I did. I said, come here. And then everyone came in there and I was like...
I didn't see you say,
are these guys going to get mad at me if I tell her?
I thought you were just talking to them two boys, and the only reason I even went in there was because I saw Natalie tell James. And I was like, oh, so they can tell. And I was like, well, I'm going to go see if he'll tell me. And then it was just like, you didn't tell me. And then Vic just tells me, and I was like, why didn't you just tell me?
Well, I didn't want to say it in front of those two guys. I didn't know if they wanted me to or not, but I was going to tell you.
And that's the only reason I was confused.
I mean, how does Natalie look now that she literally just came out and literally told James only? Like, that makes her look so bad.
Does it? I guess.
I mean,
I would have told you.
What a nightmare.
I have never heard Nicole not whine. Every word out of her mouth is an elongated whine designed to stab me in my eardrum.
Especially the DRs on the broadcast shows. Those are when she's at her worst.
Yep.
Okay, now there's one rumor that's been floating around ever since this all happened. Apparently, all the envelopes had numbers.
Right.
And that's obviously so CBS knows who has the winner. But there have been people that have been saying that the envelopes were actually assigned. I mean, that can't be true, right?
No.
I don't know. And it was, there was some confusion. At one point, someone said something like they weren't allowed to take one because someone else had it. So it's just all confusion. I had a whole theory worked up about how I thought they could have rigged it, but that would have been if Frank had stayed.
Yeah,
so,
and that would have been too there's no way they would have rigged it for...
Now you have I don't know if this is further down. I don't think it is, but Is this all we're going to talk about it? Do we want to talk about it all about how you think who it might have it?
I think Day has it.
Right.
That's my second choice. Because I think if they say Frank, because people were going, I mean, and we even started making the jokes last week, right? And I said, watch that, Frank's going to come back in. They're going to find a way to save him. And we were all talking about this last week. And the internet was saying that too. And I guess even Allison Grodner favorited a tweet from somebody who said, I don't understand why people actually like Michelle. She's awful. Everyone should love Frank. Allison Grodner, the executive producer of Big Brother, favorited that tweet. Really? I retweeted it somewhere. Yeah, a few days ago.
Wow.
Maybe like a week ago. And so people were pointing that out. And people were like, this is why we don't trust you.
Yeah,
and
I'm
tagging her and like, you can't say Frank. So I thought, and I did like kind of post theory where I thought when they were all locked up in the HOH, on Thursday, when it's live eviction day, I was like, they lock them up in the HOH for production, do whatever they need to do downstairs. I was like, someone snuck in, and that's when they would switch Frank's envelope out to give him the round trip ticket. But then I was like, production has gotten so much shit all week long about the fact that, oh God, they're totally going to save Frank. Allison loves Frank. I mean, seriously, this was an endless thing that they couldn't do it. So I thought production snuck in and switched it back again to the 1 week make sure to satisfy us fans.
Colette,
right?
Colette.
And, yeah.
Does this work as
conspiracy corner?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But yeah, I totally think if anyone else is going to have it, it's Day or Polly, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think that they could have. They just wouldn't have gotten away with the first person getting it if they're going to fix it. But I do think that they love Day's DRs.
Yeah,
and
I hate them when she does that. Like when she does this thing where her voice cracks.
Oh,
like
I hate them too.
Normal, and then she does that high voice crack. It happens once every time she's in DR, and that drives me fucking crazy.
I went through a whole scenario on a couple of different things about how they could have. At the time, we didn't know how they got let in because they blanked out the feeds for a big chunk of it, and it looked like Frank and Bridget got in at the same time, which was weird. But if everybody got in individually, there was enough time that they could have switched out all the envelopes in between each one and left out. They could have forced. Like a forced card kind of thing in Magic, where they could have.
They had to know there was going to be a big break between Paul going in there and then the second person. So the second Paul got that message,
right?
Conspiracy corner. They could have gone in there and be like, okay, shit, Paul's going to get in there first. They could have switched all of them out.
Right, exactly. That's how they would have done it. They would have.
Yeah.
If Paul, but he's dialing. There's a production person standing in that secret room with 2 sets of 12 cards, and they said, oh crap, it's Paul. Put out the 12. Every one of the 12 says, no, you don't get back in.
No, you just have one card. Because aren't the cards numbered? So let's say number 5 is the round trip ticket. So the person's just standing there holding 2 number 5s. One is one way, one is a round trip. And we're going to put the one in there, depending on who goes in.
That's true, but that says that whoever comes in has got a 1 in 12 chance to try. Doesn't matter. It didn't happen. Scott thinks that you said, Scott, you think that maybe it's Day because Day has card number 8, and there was the Ocho Rios clue, and I did try to find out today if there's any other posters out there that had the number 8 in a different language, but I didn't get to it. So we'll see. If it's
I just
Day,
kept hoping that tunnel would close up on certain people when they were in it.
Well, somebody said that they thought Corey got stuck and production had to help him.
That's not who I would pick. I'm not a Corey fan, but there's other people that I would like to see stuck in it before Corey.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to also talk about another mean girl. Her name is Akia. And we have a couple clips from early in the week. Then we have some more recent ones.
Right.
This is her jealousy over Polly. I guess you could say part 1 of 20 tonight.
I'm petty as hell. And
you're not mad he was leaving massage.
No.
Okay.
Anything I was mad that freaking, I don't know, I'm just territorial. So
no, I won't let it.
When he threw his leg on top of Nicole's and she was scratching her hair, I was just like, I would not do that shit to Corey. So
Yeah.
I didn't like it too much.
Yeah.
So I was like,
no, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed too.
I don't get back home, that's just disrespectful. So I was
No, yeah.
I was just kind of taken by it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay. I was like, and then it's like I kind of looked like.
You played it. I didn't even notice. You were jealous. Is that why you went into the HOH for a second?
Yeah, 'cause I was like, let me calm my nerves. Am I overreacting?
I know. I was like, where'd you go?
Yeah, I was like,
Where'd you go?
I'm not acting like a little shit. I'm just territorial.
No, that's okay. I am too. Can she hear us?
I went and told her, I was like, am I being crazy? Like, am I being like too much of a freaking female? Like, I'm just not that, you know.
No, I'm like exactly the same
Once
way.
I pee on my tree, like I done marked my territory.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm not mad at Nicole. I'm just mad that he freaking did that. Like, are you trying to make me react right now? Don't do that.
Yeah.
'Cause I play games. I'll play games. And you're not gonna like how I play because I play dirty.
Okay, she's not mad at Natalie this time, which is who she usually is. She's mad because Nicole's leg was touching Polly's leg.
Yep.
Nicole.
Yeah, Polly touched Nicole's leg. Nicole, who's madly in love with Corey, and this sends Zakiya over the edge.
God.
But
She's a hot mess.
there's nothing going on between Zakiya and Polly.
And I've been saying this all along. Nothing.
Yeah, we have a lot more on that.
We got a lot on this.
Okay, well, here she is again being mean girl, and this is about Bridget.
My friend. There's no say, oh, you're not my friend. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't. No. Long time since I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm not kissing her ass. I try to be cordial. I really don't even want to do that. I just want to fight her.
Yeah. Put hands on her.
Yeah, I just want to fight her. That's it. Leave me outside the rap party. I just want to fight her. I'm really like.
Catch me outside the rap
I'm so
party.
like
And you'll catch these
I'm
hands.
sick of her ass. Like I'm so sick of it. I just don't really good at helping people. Bitch, shut up. Like, do you not think like the feeders and damn the show is gonna expose your ass? Like, I'm confused. I'm so confused.
Here's the thing. I'm not a big Bridget fan either, but she's pretty harmless overall.
Yeah.
Why would you be so angry at her that you would want to beat her up at the rap party?
Yeah, and let's all remember, this bitch is a preschool teacher.
Yeah.
Zakiya is a preschool teacher, and here she is. She wants to beat up Bridget at the rap party. And just like Scott said, look, I get that Bridget is annoying. I mean, she annoys the shit out of me. It's a personality thing. But what has she really done to anyone in the house? What has she done, honestly? Has she said anything shitty to anyone's face? Has she backstabbed anybody? Has she done anything? It's when she won stuff that people started to hate her. They started to resent her. I cannot, and I sat down and tried to think about it. I can't for the life of me figure out what Bridget did that make these girls hate her so much.
Same with Natalie.
She said she wanted to shave the eyebrows, which has now been switched around. Was it Tiffany or Michelle? But Michelle thinks of her. She wanted to shave my eyebrows. Remember, which Zakiya reported back to Michelle. So we're gonna go way back.
Yeah, which we talked about on the show, and it was actually it was not. Yeah, Paul started it all.
Paul's the one who said she wished that she would drop dead, and Michelle and
but
Brittany
no
one
said
Bridget said I would
that.
revive her
Yes,
and then
it-
shave her eyebrows, and then she laughed off. But yes, that's the one thing but that's the thing that started it all with Michelle.
Yeah,
and then
but
Michelle
the way they're treating her and the way they're talking about her is that this girl is doing heinous shit every day to everybody in the house that is unforgivable. That's kind of how they're treating her.
Comment from Tiffany. Her association with Frank is what really.
Well, and that leads.
No,
to...
I don't.
It's not. I'm just saying she was associated with Frank, so she's been collateral damage to some effect because they were all anti-Frank.
And that leads me to this question. On both Sunday and Wednesday's episode, we heard Michelle over and over again talking about how Bridget got in the way of her working with Frank. It was her dream to work with Frank.
Yeah.
She's admired Frank from day one. I haven't seen 1 second of evidence of that at all this season.
No.
Where did that come from?
It was all edited out, or I don't know. We were all typing on like, what is this whole storyline that they're painting of Michelle being jealous of Bridget and Frank?
She probably, I mean, Michelle strikes me as that type of a girl.
Yeah.
Who gets jealous over really petty things.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
And I mean, well, we haven't seen it is because she's had no story up until she won the POV, right? She's done nothing interesting in the game. She's made no game moves. She's won nothing. Has zero charisma. She has nothing to offer this season. Nothing until this past week. She won POV.
Right.
And she even managed to make that lame.
This led me to ask, when it happened, why are they showing this Michelle jealous of Frank, but they're not, or Bridget, but they're not showing any of Zakiya jealous?
I know why.
What?
Because of that tweet that Allison Grodner liked. When that person said, "Why doesn't everybody hate Michelle? She's awful. Everybody should love Frank." Oh my God.
Conspiracy
Allison Grodner hates Michelle.
Well, okay, that would be the first thing that I've ever agreed with her on.
That's why.
All right.
All right. Well, okay, let's move on to Thursday's episode, which was kind of the weirdest episode ever. I don't know why we had to endure Meg, who still doesn't understand how Big Brother works. Jason, who were the other losers? Boogie and...
what's left?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't remember. That's.
Hayden.
Oh, Hayden.
Hayden, yeah, with his haircut.
Transformed into a Club Twink.
Yes, I used that segment to go.
No, if I would have seen Hayden with that new haircut and his face, I would have been like, "Oh my God, he's such a cute little gay boy." He looks so adorable. And like, I never before with the long hair, I was like, "Oh, he's kind of this surfer dude from California."
Yeah, he's a pedicab driver, man.
Yeah, but he literally turned himself into like, yeah.
Well, that's what Nicole will do to a guy.
So you're saying something about Corey?
Sexual. I hope he is. That'd be amazing.
I use that segment to go to the bathroom because I don't want to watch any former people come on the comment about.
No, I'm not going to be that curmudgeonly about it. I kind of want to see. I mean, the Meg one was annoying. That was the worst of all. And of course, all I tweeted was "Shut up, Meg! Shut up, Meg!" Yeah, that was it. But I mean, Jason's was actually really sad and pathetic.
Yeah,
and I like Jason. He's
I'm still working in the same place. Still with my parents.
So apparently he's as lazy as he is in his real life as he was in the Big Brother house.
That's true.
Yeah, good point.
But I do like him. I actually really, really like him.
Yeah, I like Jason. I don't mind him.
I was so rooting for him, but he's just really lazy. Really lazy.
All right, well, then we had the announcement of the new twist, which we were promised that would include the fans. And it did. It's called America's Care Package. And you go to CBS.com. You can vote every week. Week one which we'll talk about in a couple seconds, was Never Not Pass. Yep. Next week, the winner gets to eliminate 2 eviction votes.
Right.
Week 3, you get Super Safety. The winner is safe for the week, but they also have to wear a safety costume.
So that's the unitard.
Yes. And week 4, they get to be co-HOH. They get all the perks of being HOH, and they get to make one of the 2 noms.
Yep.
That's so okay. So can we talk about, if you haven't seen or read Hunger Games, this is a very Hunger Games. Mike, have you?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you have.
I've
Okay.
read them and I've seen the movie.
So yeah, if anybody listening to us has never read the Hunger Games books or seen the Hunger Games movie, go ahead and go out and find the first one. It's probably super cheap to rent. Just watch at least the first one, because Hunger Games is a reality show where people, but it's the best reality show ever because they kill each other.
Yeah.
Which is what I have wanted all along for like Survivor and Amazing Race. Come on. All I wanted these people to die. So in Hunger Games, you can have sponsors from the outside send you gifts.
Right.
That's what this is apparently we're the sponsors sending these people gifts. So yeah,
They
I just want to throw it in.
They float in from above.
That's where this idea came from, you guys. So if you've never seen it, do yourselves a favor and go ahead and see it. It's really good. Read the books. Good books.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually somebody makes a comment when the first one is awarded, which we'll play a clip of later. So then we had a weird HOH competition. It looked like something that we've seen before. Balls rolling down a thing.
Yep.
But then Julie added this.
Now, you may practice as many times as you would like with your yellow ball, but you will only have one chance to throw your red ball, so make it count.
Now, I don't understand this. This is a competition that could have lasted 30 seconds. They could have aired that entire thing. They could have done their practicing earlier in the day like they do quite often for other HOH comps.
Okay.
Yeah, give them the contraption, you know,
so you've
that
had a
morning.
chance to practice all day. You
Yes.
get one
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, that was so confusing.
Yeah, it could have been over in a heartbeat. But instead we had to watch them practice with the yellows as the show went off the air.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So then, of course, we thought that, all right, well, the show's off the air. We'll just turn on the feeds and watch. Well, first, the CBS app was down.
Everything was down. CBS.com was down.
Yeah, that was great. But once we did get onto the live feeds, the feeds weren't up yet. The feeds were blocked. Yep. And Mike, you have a little bit of a theory about how we have yet to see any kind of competition on Thursday nights like we're used to.
Yeah. So I want to add a little bit to what you said, and then I'll talk about that. The whole thing was, it was like, I thought, endurance competition, they can practice as much as they want. And I really looked at it, you looked at it the way they could have practiced beforehand. I looked at it as fine. Let them practice all night. They could have practiced until 5 in the morning, and then, they got to 10. Should I roll now or shouldn't I? Should I take that chance? And we've had many dramatic moments where, we had each one would take their one roll, and they could have been hours apart. And yes, it would have been a really long thing, but for people that really love the feeds, it would have been hang on the edge of your seat waiting for everybody to make their one try. So I was really ticked off that it went away. And then the feeds were only down for an hour. They came back and it was over. So it was like, what the heck's going on? Why didn't we get to see that? They could have turned the feeds on for that. What did we miss? And someone who's another fan who's aware of the Big Brother Canada, and if you remember, there was one of the things that we talked about at the beginning of the year was that they had brought in a producer from Big Brother Canada into the Big Brother USA. And it was like, he's going to bring more comps. He's going to bring these more variety and everything. But apparently, one of the other things that he's brought is this whole theory that we don't let any comps be on the feeds. We block all the comps on the feeds because I didn't know this.
Fucking dick.
But
I didn't know
Canadian, but the Canadian, no comps were shown on the feeds in Canada. At least this is what I was told. The feeds were always blocked for comps, even though, by the way, the feeds in Canada are free. So it's for some reason, apparently, it's his theory that, we just block them all on, we don't let them go on the feeds. But we're paying for our feeds.
Right, and I don't sell feeds, but don't you guys sell some during the season?
This is the best time to sell the feeds are on Thursday nights. That is the best time to get people hyped up.
We get emails from CBS saying, hey, and they let us know beforehand, tonight's going to be an endurance comp. Yep. You guys promote this and sell
it. It hasn't happened this year as far as...
Yeah, no, it hasn't happened at all. And we've had a couple endurances so far.
I don't think we're going to get to see any endurance competitions on the feed this year.
Steal our money even more. CBS. They were talking afterwards about how Big Brother made a rule change. Like in the
we have a clip of that.
We do?
I'll play that clip now, then we'll talk about it.
That hour went by fast.
I know. He was like 45 minutes. 10 minutes.
Oh, here we go.
It was a nice workout.
My stomach just hurt.
It was a good run.
Didn't it go by fast?
Yeah.
So fast. When it said 30, I was like, dude. I got so many sixes,
really?
Every single time.
Okay, so Julie said in those instructions we played earlier that they had unlimited practice time.
Right.
And then they were told you only have an hour.
Yeah, okay, well, no, that's not the one I was talking about. But okay.
Sorry.
That's interesting. No, because I didn't know about that. Yeah, so that's one of them. The other one was, I guess, when Julie also said, okay, and then the 4 lowest are going to be have-nots.
Right.
A lot of them just flat out refused to roll their red balls.
Oh.
They didn't want to do it. And then so the guy came over, and because somebody was, I think it was Victor or Paul, said that someone, or maybe it was James, came over the loudspeakers and said, no, you have to roll it. And then someone commented, I think it was like Michelle or something, said, yep, when it comes to Big Brother, all rules are subject to change. And they said, yeah. And then someone said, yeah, that was in the pamphlet that we got.
Well, that's stupid. They could have just said they don't count as a 0, and we'll have 6 people as have-nots. If they really wanted to do that. I understand.
I mean, I can see everybody be like, what, I don't want to be maybe I just never roll my red ball.
But that's a 0.
And so I guess that the house guests in that way kind of outsmarted production because they're like, oh shit, we didn't know they would do that. So production's like, no, you gotta all roll the fucking red ball.
But
yeah, I'm sure that they thought everybody would throw a handful of practice
yeah,
runs.
So however so the practice was probably going, and then they're probably like, God, no one is throwing this red ball. And like how Mike said, this would have been great to watch. 5 hours later, whatever, who knows? And then production's probably like, just throw the goddamn ball. So yeah, apparently they were making rule changes throughout the whole thing and came over the feeds or the speaker to talk to them a lot.
Interesting.
I hate this.
All right, so when we got the feeds back, we discovered that one of our worst nightmares came true. Paul is our new HOH, and I don't think he's taken off the HOH robe since. He's usually wearing it.
Well, that's true.
And while he's fingering his key, while he's wearing his key around his neck, and he's always fondling the key while he's sitting in his robe.
Yeah. Oh God, his mouth has not stopped, and neither have 2 of his friends, which we'll get to again in a little bit. So then, of course, everybody wants to know who's going to go up. We pretty much know that Bridget's going to, but who will be the second one? James advises Natalie his thoughts.
I really hope I don't get put. If I get put up as a pawn, I'm winning next week and I'm gonna fucking put everyone on the block.
No one's putting you up. I'm telling you. No one's putting you up. But I'll be honest with you, like, Paul wants to send Bridget home.
That's fine.
But Paulie wants to put somebody different up.
Like what?
I don't know yet.
I've already been freaking up and I'm sick of
No, he doesn't want you up. He doesn't want you up. Paulie's not going to put you up.
Okay. I didn't mean to
You're
interrupt
safe.
you guys.
You are safe.
So Natalie, at this point, is being advised that she's safe.
Right, because Paulie wants to put. You notice that Paul had a household, but James is saying, but Paulie wants to put someone else up.
Yes.
What? But Paul's had a household.
But Paul does have ideas of his own. Obviously, Bridget is his target. He's another one who's got a thing about Bridget. He doesn't want anything to do with her.
Right.
So he goes and tries to get a pawn, and he's talking to Victor and Corey here.
Right.
I'm going to need a homie favor from one of the boys, though.
What?
I'm going to need a pawn next to homegirl.
I don't feel comfortable going up as a pawn.
I'm going to want one of you playing. She's a good competitor. I need a boy playing with me.
I don't feel comfortable going up just because I was out of the house already.
We'll talk about it later. But we'll talk about it.
So Victor's saying, hey, I just got back in the house.
Yep.
That's more of a reason than ever for your ass to go up.
Yeah, exactly. So we had a whole night now of everyone saying why they shouldn't be the pawn.
Yes.
But in the meantime, Paulie is kind of going against Paul a little bit. He has his own little plan.
Honestly, with my own strategy too, if I put up, for example, Day, I put up Day next to Bridget, Day's gonna fucking shit her pants. 100%. But listen to me, if I can convince Vic to be pawn, I guarantee you, Bridget's not gonna lay POV over one of us. Pull us up, then I put Day up.
I think this week Day would be a good target to get out of the house because
man, I really need to get Bridget out. Like, that's my goal.
But she wouldn't come
Dude, I personally do not trust her. And like I promised James, I promised Michelle, I don't want to go back on my word.
You know who Frank told her to work with? Me and him.
But still, man, I don't trust Frank and I don't trust her. Dude, but look, if I don't put her up, I'm shitting against everybody else, and they're gonna fucking hate me. And I don't want to do that.
No, we're not saying that. Put her up. Put Bridget up. 100% put Bridget up. However, the only people that really want Bridget gone are Michelle, Devon, and Zakia. Those are only 3 people. James. No. We just talked to James. James is like, that's cool if Bridget's up there. He's like, I don't want her out of the house. I'd rather have Day out of the house. Because Day's a shit starter. She's like,
I don't know, man. I gotta think about it. It's a tough call. I would rather. But look, to keep my ass safe, personally, I would rather put Vic up. One of us wins the veto, he pulls off. Then I put Day up.
What I find funny about all the Day talk is no one wants to straight up nominate her because they don't want to deal with her for an entire week.
They don't want the extra 2 days that they don't have to deal with her. If we put her on Friday, man, we got to put up with her through Monday at least.
God, that's so funny. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're back to everyone trying to figure out who's going to be the pawn. And, of course, guess what Nicole's opinion of it is?
You have nothing to worry about if you went up.
You really think so?
Mm-hmm.
I would be real sad if it did not work out.
You're friends with everyone in this house.
So are you.
Yeah. But it's still, like, scary going up there.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you're closer to all the girls, like, you know, like, you're closer to everyone, I feel.
If I did this, I'd be doing them a freaking huge freaking favor.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Frickin' Scott.
Like a freaking big favor, because this is not something that I would ever consider okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, if I freaking went home, I would be
First of all,
devastated.
you already know I'm not voting against you.
I know, I just need to make sure I have the votes. And then
You do have the votes.
Oh, I'm so over this. Like, why?
Whoever goes up, though.
She also at one point said that if she was to be the pawn, she wanted safety over double eviction.
Because they're all convinced next week is double eviction.
You were going to say something, Colette?
No, I was going to say, if I was in the house, I would walk right up to her and say, stop saying the word frickin'. It is the worst thing you can ever say. Frickin' is the worst word. I would walk up to her and say, you need to remove that word from your vocabulary. Why didn't her mother smack that word out of her mouth when she was growing up?
Remember when I said earlier I thought Colette would last really long? Yeah, she's not going to last really long.
I don't think
right.
any of
She's
us
too
would
honest.
last long next to Nicole. She would drive us all nuts. Okay, so at this point, Paul is trying to talk either Corey, Nicole, Day was in HOH for a while, or Polly.
Yeah.
To be the pawn. And out of the blue, this is completely out of the blue, here's what Nicole finally says.
That's a solid answer. Is Corey would not do it?
I don't know. I was coming to talk to you just to see. I don't know if Corey would or not. I can ask him, but I'm not the best at comps, but
What about
I'm willing to.
that's friendship? And I respect the fact that you trust me.
Yeah, I trust you.
And I appreciate that.
I'll do it.
That's friendship.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, you guys really cut that down because I heard that clip earlier and it was a lot longer.
Scott works his butt off cutting some of these clips now.
Yeah. So she was like, I'm not. I mean, I guess, but I'm not good in comps. But I guess if that's what you want to do, even though I'm really bad in comps. Yeah, it was a very half-hearted way to volunteer.
Yeah. Well, but within an hour, in fact, 45 minutes later, she's changed her mind on this.
I just want
All right, talk to me, baby girl.
confirmation.
Look,
It's between what is it between me and Corey?
no, I mean,
The thing is,
Look,
all of us want Natalie up, but she won't freaking go up.
she's a okay. At the end of the day, I need a competitor.
Okay.
She's not a good competitor.
Okay.
She can't win anything to save her life.
I mean, although that might not be a bad thing, if it ensures that like someone like Bridget or you win.
But I'm saying I don't know if I can beat Bridget. You know.
Hey, what's up, Matt?
That's everyone.
Next. Just want to come and talk, y'all.
Can I come?
Oh.
Yeah, come here.
Yeah, I included those last few seconds because Natalie walked in the room as they're
Right.
talking about how they want she wants Natalie on the block.
Yep. Change topic. Quick.
Yes. All right. Moving on. We have a few examples coming up of Paulie and his opinion of women. And
catchphrase.
Yes, we have a new catchphrase. It's called "Clip Wings."
Yeah.
And this is where he talks about some advice that he received.
The beauty of the situation right now is that Nicole offered Day said last resort. I have 2 of those.
You have 2 of those, but I think Nicole's offering says a lot more about what
She's willing to
what
do.
somebody has been saying she's doing, as opposed to her not offering, as opposed to what we know she's been doing.
True.
Like, we know for a fact what Day's been doing, and we know for a fact that Nicole has a lot of fucking information on Day. Now, there's a situation between Corey and Nicole, and like, look, I'll just say it how it is. You know what I mean? Derek and fucking Cody fucking briefed me hard as fuck. They're like, you ever see one of your boys getting too close to a fucking girl? You clip her. You bring him right fucking into you. He's gotten way too close to her. She's got to get clipped. He comes in right next to us. However, before we clip her, I think it's smart to clip her because she has 100% tried to turn Z against me, tried to turn Michelle against me, trying to turn James against me.
Right, but do you not think that if I put Day up, and the whole house is going to turn on me?
No, because she doesn't have the whole house.
So what Derek and Cody has told Polly is if any of your boys gets in a relationship with a girl,
Yep.
you got to clip her wings before she screws everything up for you.
That's
Pigs.
right.
Yes. Pigs. But then Polly goes, but Day actually has been screwing things up more because she screwed up Zakiya and me, she screwed up James and me, she screwed up blah, 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 blah. But he wants Nicole out sooner than later because he wants Corey all to himself.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, why did you laugh?
I just read the note in our chat. Okay, so after hours and hours of deciding who's going to be the pawn, we now have someone truly volunteering.
But if you're willing to PP this shit out, we can make it happen. No questions asked. We've done it before. You put me on the block, whatever friendship.
You want to do it?
I pull you off, you pull yourself off?
Let's do it.
Never cared. Fuck
Seriously?
it. Done. PP.
That's it. I'll go
Done.
up. Fuck it.
We're
Thumbs up.
This
Nobody
all
panics.
just happened because it went from you to me to now you.
Look, this is
Oh, no,
how
it was
PP
never
works.
you.
I don't fucking panic. It's a fucking block.
I'm
It's a
not
fucking
panicked
game.
either. Now I
No,
feel a little
no,
bit like I'm not.
No, it's not even.
Look, and now she's like, now I
it's-
want to do it, so fuck off,
No,
Paulie.
no, it's not even that because I know that Day's gonna fucking start campaigning against me. But
Paul, are you mad?
You're gonna.
Look,
You're not.
I could tell. Look,
I did.
I
was
love
gonna,
you too.
I was gonna do it.
You know I'll
too.
go up, right? I've never said no.
I know,
I
but
was
you
gonna
freak
do
out. I
it.
never want you to freak
Hey.
out. Not freak out,
Alright,
as in like,
look,
I don't want you to get
guys.
like,
Here's,
I haven't.
Here's
I
what.
know.
Here's what's gonna happen. As soon as I'm up there, Day's gonna go to Vic and try and be like,
Beautiful.
You know,
Let her.
no. She's gonna go to Vic and
She
try
wants
and
me to go up, so why don't you put
and try and throw
I
me.
don't want to put you guys up.
and try and throw me.
I don't want to.
No. This is what I'm saying. Day's gonna go to Vic and try and throw me under the bus, being like, "Hey, like if he's still up there, like this is what he did to you," type thing. So you
Please
and
go to
everybody
the diary.
fucking keep his head fucking where it needs to be,
Bro,
type
Vic.
thing. Meech, I'm not worried about her. You three, I know you ain't gonna vote me out if I'm still sitting up there next to Bridget.
Never gonna
James isn't gonna do that. Natalie isn't gonna do that. And I'll be like, Natalie, look, I fucking bit the bullet because you were gonna go up, so you fucking better vote for me to fucking stay here, even though fucking you've promised Bridget a fucking vote.
You're such a hero, Paulie.
But it was a smart move for him to do this.
Yeah, I don't disagree there, but
This was his. I mean, he will if he gets down to the finals. You can bet everything in the world that he's going to bring up this. I even put myself on the line. I felt so sure about where I was in the game.
yeah, there's no doubt.
He's now the opposite, of course, is true that this has the potential for him to be voted out.
Well, if this cast had any brains at all, I mean, really,
like if this happens, if he puts up Paul, he puts up Bridget, the two of them side by side, and Davon wins the power veto. Oh, it could be glorious.
That could have been glorious, but we'll
we
find
aren't
out.
there yet.
Yeah. So that ends Thursday. So Friday,
yes,
they were awakened and told about the care packages, and we go back to what Colette was saying. Is that the theme?
What was that?
That was Corey. You can play it one more time, Scott.
Okay.
Can you do that or not?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Hunger Games.
That's what Corey whistled after they were told about it. So even they figured out the Hunger Game angle.
That's funny.
That's the most original thing Corey has done so far.
Funniest thing Corey's ever
Exactly.
said in the house.
And he didn't say it to anybody. He just whistled it, and that's why Big Brother didn't even catch it. He was just sitting there on the couch afterwards, after the announcement. He just whistled it, and then nobody heard it. It was just to himself.
That's funny.
Yep.
So that got the house talking right away, and Day was already kind of cushioning herself in case she didn't win this first one.
I think people are like, oh, I hope I get one right now. Be ye careful, because you don't know what that first package could be in comparison to the other 4. You know what I mean?
Other 3.
But it would be cool to get your first one, though.
Yeah.
You said she's... Actually, I grabbed that clip because Day has a very good point, and let's talk about... You said to talk about the other ones in detail, but later, but I don't know when you want to talk about, but
I don't know how much more detail we need to go in.
Well, okay, let's just go spend a few seconds with me to go back over what they are. This first one is a never have not pass. Whoop-de-frickin' do. That means you don't have to have a have not. But when you compare it to you're a co-head of household or super safety, which means you are immune for that week, those are 2 mighty big ones to get.
No, but still, there are only 4 people that can win these. 4 people out of all these people left.
Why 4?
Right?
You mean
Right.
there's 4 votes?
There's 4 things they can win.
Yeah.
So-
Only 4 people can win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But there's more than 4 people eligible. Every house guest is eligible, except for now, the person who won the one that we're going to talk about in just a second, the first one, is no longer eligible. Now
That's
everybody
what I'm
else.
saying. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Only 4 people will win these.
Yes.
Out of everybody in the house.
But what
So when
Davon? Yeah. Go ahead.
So when we get to who won this first one, and so they're all talking, well, maybe you don't want to win the first one. Maybe you want to win a later one. Okay, yeah, I mean, we know that that's the truth, but also only 4 people are going to win.
Right.
Wait, let's just get to who won the fucking
Okay,
first
that's
one so we
fine.
can talk about this.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I want to say this first.
Yep.
You guys, Mike, you're kind of saying that Day is making a point that you want to win a later one.
Well,
I think Day is making the point that she thinks that she is probably one of the most popular people in the house, and so she's kind of protecting herself, her reputation in the house,
if
she doesn't win this first one.
Okay. All right. That could be too.
So here's what happens: the feeds go down for a little bit. When they come back up, apparently the care package had been parachuted in.
You get to enjoy warm showers, a comfortable bed, and all the food you can eat all summer long. Yay! Thanks, America! Oh my God, I'm gonna cry! I'm so excited! And I got tattoos and best friends. This is cute. I'm excited. Oh my God, America, I love you. And toothpaste. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yay! They're probably telling me to brush my teeth some more. And thank you, America, for giving me the first care package. That was really nice.
Yeah, Natalie's happy she got the first care package.
I didn't think I was going to get one. Does that really mean they like me?
What?
Does that mean they like me?
Yeah, of course they like you. Why wouldn't they like you?
Mm-hmm.
You need some piano.
Stay true to yourself. Be the person who you are, and they'll see that, and they'll reciprocate off that. You know, America
Mhm.
likes real people.
Well, I am real. I'm very honest.
Okay, Colette, you wanted to say something there?
How the hell did this happen?
She's the most
How
popular.
did she win?
She was the most popular.
How did she win?
I was shocked.
As
So like
soon
we
as
said
I-
in the beginning when we answered that mailbag question, I
I'm
said,
not-
this floored me.
I called it. I predicted it.
Because think about it. Okay, like I was saying just a second ago, only 4 people can win. If you were to
Yep.
say, okay, what 4 people do you think would win? I would have
Yep.
said Polly,
Nope.
Day, Nicole, and James. Those would have been
Paul-
my 4.
Yep.
I said as soon as it came out, I tweeted, who's number 1 on Joker's site as far as most popular player? And about 3 or 4 people tweeted back, it's Natalie. I said, then Natalie's the one that's going to win.
I'm
this, 'cause it's
shocked.
gonna be the
I'm
most
completely
popular.
shocked.
Natalie is the most popular person on Joker's, which is not necessarily a good guide of the TV
That's
viewers.
like a poor reflection of Jokers.
Well, I just
Wow, there's
went
a
with
lot of
as a guide.
those.
That's what they said. They said Natalie was the most popular on theirs.
That
That's
is
who's going to win it.
really weird. I mean, I don't mind her. I don't hate her as much as I used to, and we're going to get into later why she's growing on me a little bit, but she's still not. I mean, she's getting a little. She's very incrementally getting better at the game, but still, it's like at a snail's pace.
Yes.
But no, she's not a favorite. That was really weird. Really weird. I was like, really?
You expect it to be the popular. So she's America's Choice winner going right
Yeah.
now. That would be America's Choice winner right now.
Yeah, and
Which she's
actually,
hanging out with
I
James.
think
so-
my theory is that most of the people that vote in these are not. I didn't vote. I actually
No,
didn't
I'm
vote.
not voting
I
on these.
very rarely. I'm like the biggest online Big Brother fan. I fucking have a blog. I do this stupid show. You know, I invest a lot of time in it. I don't vote.
I know what the
rarely
last thing we
vote.
all voted for was. It was
Against
Big Brother
somebody.
15.
Yes.
It was MVP.
Yes.
Yeah, I rarely vote for the America's favorite player unless it's somebody I absolutely love. Then I'll vote for them.
Yeah.
Or if I really want somebody to lose and I know it'll be between 2 people,
Right.
I'll vote against that person that I want to lose. But yeah, so my theory is that a lot of these America's votes are just CBS watchers. So according to my theory, this is even more fascinating to me that people really love Natalie.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I have to admit, I'm shocked. And I do like her. She's the most likable person in the house. Which
I don't know about that.
Well, that's not saying a lot, but okay.
reasons.
Well, no, I like her jean shorts. All right, so at that point, then the cattiness of the other girls definitely came out.
Oh man, I'm leaving.
That would have been a good one for Corey.
Yeah, it would have.
I'm glad I
Me
didn't get
though,
it.
I didn't.
No,
I
I
would
would
much
want
rather have
either.
something else.
Yeah.
It would save me if I'm freaking.
I kind of, me and Dave kind of guessed it would be that.
Yeah,
Because they're not going to do a
big.
big one on the first one, you know?
Because they want you to wait and hope that your people are still here in 4 weeks that you want to like give something good to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're all like, not only do they have to hold off, but they have to make sure that we're still here.
Yeah.
That's what's scary too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the popular girls will get their rewards later.
Sure they will.
Jealous, catty, hateful, jealous bitches.
Jelly, peanut butter and jelly.
I can't believe you said that.
I got that from Below Deck.
I know you got it from. I still can't believe you said that.
Even Polly gets in on this act.
And that's why, since this week, Natalie got that care package, and it is what it is.
Why
Okay.
were people upset about her
She
reaction?
didn't get a care package. She didn't get a care package, so if she goes up there, she's going home. What?
Wait, what?
I'm talking about Devon.
Yeah.
Like, we were sitting there being like, fuck, what if Devon gets a fucking care package? And it says, like, she's got some kind of power. Then it's like, alright, changes up who goes on the block completely. People were upset about Natalie's reaction because it's like, for somebody that
Isn't really playing the game.
isn't playing the game at all.
Yeah.
Like, she is
Selected
fucking,
by
she's
America.
fucking in people's faces. But, like, the thing is, she gets sassy. She gets, like,
What?
a certain air of confidence, like, once she gets her way. But when she doesn't get her way, she's, like, a certain way. It's like people don't like that.
Yeah.
And especially because it's like, you can't win competitions. You
She
can't
didn't
do
play the
anything.
game for a whole week when she was nominated.
Huh?
I didn't see her for a week.
Right.
When she was put up.
Like, then there's that, but then it's like you get that kind of care package and freaking her going nuts like that. It's like, you know, it's one thing to be excited. It's another thing to like literally jump around, go down, get back up, jump around, get down, get back up, and jump around type of thing. Like, you know the type of people that you're dealing with. Where it's like they take one little thing, just whoosh. I mean, she's not careful about it, and James can only protect her for so long.
I'm sorry. Natalie is, of all those catty girls, she's acting the least cocky of them in the house.
She's so
she's the most fun-loving girl of those bitches.
Oh, yes.
And she right away, I don't remember exactly what item it was, but something that she got in that care package, she immediately said she's going to give it the day to give her child. Oh my God, how dare she act like that?
Wow.
Yeah, this coming from Mr. I was bred for this.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, it has the nerve to call somebody else cocky. No, she was just happy. Look, Polly, you are a jealous little bitch.
Maybe he's jealous of the way that Natalie is being towards James versus how Zakiya is being towards him. Maybe that's bothering him a little bit.
Well, I think the problem is the other way around.
I think Polly just assumes that he's going to be the favorite. I think this was his way of being a jealous little bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
okay. Oh yeah. I didn't get that there was a fifth prize. I screwed up on that.
There's a fifth week. You got all the first four. The fifth week is called the BB bribe. It's $5,000 bribe that the house guest that wins it can offer to or give to somebody to get them to change their. We're not even sure how it works yet. To offer to give them to change their vote or to do something. And one of the things we didn't talk about all these things is that everybody will know. So the super immunity, everybody's going to know you've won it. So I think they're going to announce, whoever it is, say it's Davon, she's still there. Hey, Davon, you've won $5,000 that you can use to bribe somebody else. It just seems really...
I don't like them doing this before. Like Natalie, it worked out for her in the end, but it could have very easily... I mean, Polly even said in that last clip, that could change the way people nominate.
Right.
Yeah. Oh no, this will work. This will ultimately work against Natalie.
It will.
It may not be this week, but it will, because the whole house now, you know how this house is. Once they get their mind made up about someone, look what they did to Tiffany. Now they're doing it to Bridget, and Natalie's going to be the next one that they do it to, where they completely turn against her. They shut her out, talk shit about her behind her back until they get rid of her. Yeah. So I think after the second or third of this, if we have 5 weeks of this, people are going to be like, "Oh God, please don't give me that prize. Please don't."
Yeah.
I think it's going to start making them targets.
Well, especially this last one, they're getting $5,000 to give somebody else. That's not really a great prize.
I feel like that somebody tried to do that in a past season.
They tried to give away their prize, or they were given.
Somebody tried to do that in another season.
The other I just don't see like the next. I don't know. The next prize is the eliminate 2 votes. I don't think that'll count for a whole lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll probably go to someone that isn't going to be nominated anyway.
Right, and what happens if
we had a vote this season that was 5-4?
Yeah, but that was a set. That was designed. They knew it was going to be 9 to nothing. They set the vote up.
We're narrowing it down. Let's say you have Day and Zakiya on the block.
Yeah.
And you have eliminate 2 votes for that one.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Right?
No.
The fewer
it's
people.
Possible, but I just don't. We'll know next week.
Yeah.
Who's up and where, if it's going to even be worthwhile to have that as a prize. So, anyways, well, that's
okay. Well, this next clip makes me embarrassed to be a male.
Oh, good.
There were hours and hours of P&P. By the way, PP is Paul and Polly. That's what they're calling themselves. And Victor. The 3 of them hanging out in the HOH room, talking endlessly about how great they are.
Yes.
They're the ultimate bros. Well, Victor's pussy was hurt by what Natalie said to him in his eviction goodbye message, which I should have went back and grabbed what she said, because I don't really remember it being that bad.
I don't either.
But here he is going on and on about it.
And Natalie, who in the? I wasn't even going for you. I was never gonna go for you. I was never gonna do anything. Even after our little relationship that I broke off and she got salty for. That's why she said that.
That's why
I was completely okay with everything. Never gonna put her up. Now, oh bro, I want to rip her.
She milked that shit too after you left.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And now when
100%.
When I say my speech, I say, look, you play nice, girl. But when you're not in front of the person, you can do a goodbye message thinking I'm leaving forever. You're not so nice. You said this, and that you know that's a lie. I'm not disrespectful to women. You can ask any girl in here, and I want to show you for who you really are. I'm not going to take any sympathy. I don't want any sympathy cries. Don't come to me after this. I'm done. And it's like, Natalie, do you really think that my mom
that's your platform to just lay it
wanted
out.
to hear an accusation from you that I'm disrespectful for the women, and you're hoping that I don't come back in the house and that I didn't see that message and be able to confront you about it? Now you're hearing it. I have no sympathy for you. You should have never said those words. You know those aren't true. Everybody in this house knows that's not true. Don't cry to me. Don't talk to me. I'm done. You know how hard it was answering those questions from each media outlet? What do you think about the comment that Natalie made? Dude, I was at first round that I did him, I was pissed. I was like, she was just sensitive because I broke it off with her, and anything that I said made her feel some type of, and then I had to tone it back. I went through all those questions again. I was like, if I said something that offended her, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
It was just all stuff like that. But, bro,
dude,
having to explain yourself for doing something, for having to defend yourself for something that you didn't do, is the worst feeling ever. It made me feel like shit. It made me feel like I actually had done something when I didn't. I didn't deserve that. I really didn't deserve that. And you know probably how my mom felt? Bro, watching that, like, I can't believe she would say that about my son.
You'd swear that she called rape on him.
I find it interesting that Victor never brought up her goodbye video until she won the care package, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's hurt because if she won that care package after what she said about him, chances are, in his mind, that all the people who voted for Natalie might agree with her goodbye message.
That's true.
I sure did.
I think he thinks. That's why I think it really bothers him, because it's like, she went on the show and she said this, and how dare she, and that's not true. So he's probably thinking, right as after he gets off the show, just like he said, he had to answer all these questions. He's like, that's not true. I didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. But then now you've got thousands of people voting and giving her a prize. They obviously think it's true if they like her. So that's what's really bugging him.
And we know that none of us even remember.
Yeah, this was a month ago.
I totally forgot that Victor and Natalie had some kind of a snuggle fest, because that all happened before the feed started. It was like a one-day thing. I totally forgot about that, because we were teasing that Natalie went from guy to guy until she finally found James. That was a running joke at the very, very beginning. But I think we've all forgotten about that now.
Oh, and by the way, they do have a nickname for Natalie.
He goes, more FTs?
Wait, what?
FTs.
What's that?
Oh.
We call her FTs.
FaceTime?
Fake tits.
Fake titties.
Oh.
Why is it so funny?
He goes, fool's got FTs.
Hilarious.
Beavis.
This is what we get. This is what you get when you cast a bunch of 20-somethings. FT.
That's not even funny.
It's not.
No, it's not at all.
Oh yeah, give me a break. Like, you wouldn't hook up with a chick with a nice fake rack, and I'm sure Paulie has. Like, what's he talking about?
He's an idiot. He's a complete idiot.
So it reminds me of that last episode of Real Housewives of Orange County, when Kelly Dodd, the only way she could get back at somebody was to be like, "You're ugly.
Yes.
You're stupid and you're ugly." That's exactly what Paulie's doing here. He has nothing better to say, but you got fake tits. We're going to call you fake tits. Oh, good one, Paulie.
Yes. Well, Paulie also has an interesting theory about the James-Natalie relationship that involves our girl, Veronica. Yeah, is that her name?
Veronica.
Veruca?
Veruca, yeah.
Veronica is what we call her.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Like, her goodbye message to, like, friggin' people were nasty. Like, I think, like Brittany, Amber, like, any girl that went out, she had a nasty message for him, like, goodbye to the fakest girl in the house, like something
Those
like
were great
nasty
goodbyes.
like that. And like when Zach went out, she like said something nasty, and then like the pink hat that he always wore, like had it cut up into pieces.
I saw
and,
that.
like dropped it, and he's like sitting there and he watches everybody's goodbye message. I was just like, Zach, you're the man. Like boom, 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 gets to her and he's just like, and like, you know, she was planning like a nasty goodbye message to Cody, because she thought that like, you know,
she's gonna get taken.
Well, she thought Derek was gonna take her to the end, and like even after the interviews, after the show, she was ripping him for a minute, and he didn't even care. He was just like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, it's a show.
You know, the funny thing
That
is,
thing.
Natalie, when we were talking about, well, worst play in history, Victoria, you know, didn't do anything, Natalie was like, well, at least she made it to the end, final three. It's like, for what?
That's what she's trying to do.
I was like, for what? What is the purpose of being here?
She's trying to be that.
I was like, what is your end game? If you just want to ride along and then get cut at the end, what do you get from that? You don't get America's favorite.
But
you don't get any.
I know for a fact that James spoke to Derek before coming in here, and that's what he's trying to do with Natalie, and that's why he needs to get cut right away.
You know
what you mean?
Derek's name is mentioned more on this season than some of the current cast members.
I'm not accepting this as truth. I think this is something that Polly fears happening. I think Polly's scared to death that James will make it to the end and take Natalie with him, meaning that James would most definitely win. You know what else? This would also reiterate for a second year how stupid his jackass brother is. Polly, I think, is just trying to protect the long tarnished Calafiore name.
Yeah, I don't think Derek actually said any of that to James.
Yeah, why is Derek? Obviously, we know Derek coached Polly extensively.
Right. No
Before.
drama, Polly. No drama.
We know this. So why would Derek also at the same time coach James?
Well, no, James did contact him. We do know that for a fact. James knew he was going on before Polly knew he was going on.
But I don't think Derek would have given the advice to James of get a girl.
No. That advice never happened. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, Day has been kind of quiet through all this, but she does ask a question here that I've been asking throughout the entire season.
Nicole went right back up there and was like, supposedly she was like, well, I don't understand why you're not throwing Natalie up, because she's like the pawn and that's what she's supposed to do. That's what they do. That's what they're there for, you know? And then this is what Polly's telling me. So I told her.
You weren't there.
Yeah, that's why I was telling her, like, take it for a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
You know, but Paulie was like, you know, I took one for the team, bro. Like, you know, trying to look out for y'all, for you and that, because.
But I still don't understand why Paulie had to go up. Why is everybody afraid to put Vic on the damn block?
Well, Vic, Nicole, and Corey.
Either or.
Yeah.
Everybody was just kind of like,
because I told him, I was like,
who cares?
I was like, Paulie, why are you going up? You know,
it doesn't make any sense.
But
yeah, why is everybody afraid to put Nicole up?
Oh, Scott, I don't know.
I guess, you know what? I think
don't want to go up.
I think that whine for a week would be worse than Day's anger.
You think?
Yeah.
It's going to happen sooner or later because she ain't making it to the end.
That's true. That's true.
It could be a double eviction out the door, even though she doesn't want to go out on a double eviction.
Right. Okay, so Paulie then, who I will say this, he's good at playing every angle. So he's volunteered to go up.
Right.
Paul wants Bridget out. Paulie, though, has this move of getting Day out. So Paulie goes and befriends Bridget.
Be you and I up there. There's a plan in place to
You
craft.
and me, no?
Yeah. There's a plan in place for one of us to get down, and for one person to go up, send that person home. So we figure you have a good chance of winning, I have a good chance of winning. Paul, if we do pick, have Victor play, and have Corey play. 6 people get to play. Victor, Corey, or James.
Someone you can beat, Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie even. Well, we were going to initially put Natalie up type thing, but we didn't want to risk having, like, if other people got picked, like how it was when Tiffany went, where like a lot of strong people got picked, or a lot of people, whatever. So we figured we'd do it this way.
Is the target table?
What?
Is that who's gonna be replaced?
That's who I want.
That's who I want?
That's who I want, 100%. And that's who Paul wants. That's who...
What if she gets picked to play and she wins it?
Then we beat her. We gotta beat her. She can't win. She won't beat us. There's no problem with that.
Paulie lied there. That's not who Paul wants.
Nope.
Not a chance.
Mm.
Okay. From the same conversation, I only have it in here because, once again, Paulie talks about things that aren't, he's bred for this game, blah, blah, blah. Well, we also learn another skill that he has.
Wow, I really gotta watch her.
Yeah, she's good.
She's good.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
she gets enough people to think that I'm gonna get one, they're gonna want me out even faster.
Well, she'll say and do whatever. But that's the scary thing. And it's like if you're weak-minded, you'll fall into it. But the way that this game is set up to like lock you down, deplete your sleep, it leaves your mind susceptible to brainwash. You know what I mean? But like I've gone through like camps where like they've done that stuff, so I've learned how to train my brain to like not fucking do that stuff, so I see through like bullshit when people are trying to use that kind of stuff. But when people are like losing sleep and they're running on no hours of sleep and they get information and somebody keeps twisting that information in, eventually it'll stick.
He said training against being brainwashed.
That's right.
What a
He's
guy.
one.
What a guy.
He is, yes. Very cool.
Okay, so finally we have the nominations, and it was, as expected, Paulie and Bridget.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing really happened for the longest time. It was a boring night the rest of the evening in the house until it became bedtime. And
right.
This is when it got good, because Paulie wanted to sleep somewhere where somebody didn't expect him to.
You could ask me, so.
Huh?
Didn't you ask me or something?
Yeah, but I thought we just decided that I was sleeping up here and you were sleeping downstairs with Meech.
When did I say that?
Huh?
When did I say that?
What?
When did I say that?
I thought that's what was just going down at the food tables.
At the what table?
The food tables. I was like, Paul, I'll just sleep with you.
No, but that's cool.
Okay.
Okay. So, they have a little tiff. Paulie goes upstairs.
You know, that's why I want to just clip Z 100%, because now when she does this shit, it fucks with my social game. Because she puts everybody in an uncomfortable mood. When she does that shit, makes all the fucking girls, like, be like, oh, like, what do we do?
Yeah. That's why I suggest faking it until you can clip her.
Well, I'm gonna go and try and win the HOH, and I'm gonna put her up, like, right there. I'll put her up next to Bridget and be like, all right. Like, whichever one of you comes down, we'll stay. If you're both sitting up there, see, I'm going to put the votes on you. Never cared.
That's awesome. I like it. Ballsy.
Never cared. Just be like, you know what? Like, I'm not expecting to have your vote if I make it to the end. Why should I care? Like, I'm not going to have you be in this house any longer to try and, like, blow up my shit.
Okay, to recap, Paulie has decided to sleep in the HOH with Paul, which is weird enough right there.
Yeah.
And Z is not happy about that. So then Paulie goes upstairs and says, look, I'm ready to put her up on the block and, get rid of her right away. And, of course, Paul says, yeah. Well, a few minutes later, he goes back downstairs to talk to Z some more.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, Z. I just don't like those little comments that you make. Like sitting in front of Natalie and being like, oh, Natalie, you're good at doing nails. Paula, you want your nails done? And then I go to bed and I come out to hear that you went in your diary room session. Like, come on.
What are you talking? Okay, that was genuine. That wasn't being negative. I would say she was good at nails or whatever. Why don't you have her do your nails? That was genuine.
All right. Well, I took that way. I was just gonna sleep on it and not make it a big deal.
Well, if it was something that was bothering you, why couldn't? I thought we'd already talked that we would like.
Because it really wasn't bothering me that much.
Okay. Well, rather than assuming that I was being malicious with that comment, why couldn't you just ask me?
There's people around. I don't talk when there's people around.
I mean, but you could have asked me like later on, like, were you being funny? Like, I swear on everything, I wasn't being funny. Like, I was being genuine. I'm being like, okay, like, it's cool. Like, it's not bothering me.
Okay, they're fine.
All right, so the diary session, I said what? I was going.
You went in?
I was going in. Who said I was going in?
That was a comment that was made from you, sitting around a table full of people.
Going in on my diary sessions.
Yes.
About what?
I don't know.
So you thought it was? I'm talking about you?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you could have possibly been heated about. Like, I was going to talk to you about it at another time.
But why
I was sitting here being like, okay, we're up in the room again, and you make comments about professional athletes. You know I was a professional athlete. You know I take that stuff personally when you make general comments about athletes. Just period.
It had nothing to do with. Oh
I know. God. I'm just saying. You know that that's something.
Okay, Paulie is bred for this game. He has taken lessons against being brainwashed, and now he's a former professional athlete.
Did he play minor league soccer or something? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I didn't know it was like a. Does soccer have major league? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's major
when I
league soccer.
Professional soccer, I think like David Beckham. He played for like the LA team or something like that. Like here.
Yeah, but there's a lot of smaller. There's a lot of smaller professional.
I thought he played like in college or something.
Well, his brother did. I know for sure. I'm just assuming he played soccer as well.
I don't know.
Did we have the nail remark in this about the nails?
About him Zakiya telling.
Yeah. Was that
Nicole
in this clip?
to do Paulie's nails? Yes.
Okay, yeah. So bullshit. Then because she was like, "Oh no, that was genuine. That was genuine about the nails." Yeah.
She told him
bullshit. That remark was genuine. No, she's a jealous psycho. She's a fucking jealous.
Oh,
so
yes.
So wait a minute. Go ahead. No,
okay, I was going to say, when this went down, I was hoping that Zakiya would actually get picked for POV after this and miraculously win and then not take Paulie off.
Oh, God. I would have been her fan forever.
All because of this fight. That was my dream scenario.
But you know what? I couldn't find the clip, but there was... Paulie said at one time that he has said in the diary room he will not answer questions about Zakiya.
And Zakiya won't answer or he told Zakiya not to answer questions. Why the hell is this stuff not getting on the? Will any of this make CBS?
That's interesting that Paulie. Because he doesn't talk about it in the DR doesn't mean it's not happening in the house. Like, I mean, we obviously, and we just saw, Cody and whatever say, we told him before he went in the house, don't get involved with a girl.
Right.
Right. We warned him about this. Well, it's not like. Okay, I did it, but let me try to keep it secret. Even though he really didn't, but he is attached to Zakiya, and that will impact him negatively because they are looked at as a duo. And I think now he's regretting every part of that, every part of it. He's just distance, because he's seeing now it's going to come down to James and Natalie. They're going to start targeting Nicole and Corey. It's starting. It is starting. We're getting to the point where people are going to have to break up those duos. So he's got to get rid of her. Got to get rid of her.
Yeah.
But that's weird that he refuses to talk about her in the DR.
And she's not talking about him either. But it's like, so what does CBS care? Then they just show everybody else talking. They can ask every other.
Because I know people were really bothered why CBS hasn't covered them as a romance.
It's driving me crazy. I know that.
Weeks ago it looked a little bit. I know people wanted to have. I've said all along, I don't think Paulie is down with the swirl. I just don't.
No.
I don't think he's into her in that way at all. And now we know that he's not in her in that way.
Right.
We definitely know that.
Why not ask Day about it? Day will give them quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder, is that why? Because, God, CBS, how hard did they try to make James and Natalie look like a romance?
Oh, God.
Even before they were even as
Right.
not
And
closest.
then they
they've
bring
ever
up the
been.
Michelle Frank jealousy. It's like, why do they have a problem
So
showing
is
this
this
whole?
all because they just won't talk about it in the DR? That's weird. That's weird.
That's very weird. All right, this continues on where Polly does bring up the jealousy angle.
This is business. Like it's fine. Like it's cool. There's no
I know it's
reason.
business.
I'm just saying we don't have to be acting like this. Like
We ain't acting anyway. All right?
It's making me uncomfortable. It's making me.
Oh my God! Do not even bring up uncomfortable. When every single action, a girl can't even look at me a certain way or touch me a certain way without you getting pissed or feeling some type of way. So don't you dare say something like, "I feel uncomfortable," because I ain't the one making you feel uncomfortable.
You're not.
And if you're gonna try and put that on me, then that's it. I'll just end this conversation right now because I ain't the type of person that makes anybody feel uncomfortable, especially a female. And when that word gets thrown, when that word gets thrown around the wrong way,
you didn't make a smart comment in the kitchen.
100%.
100%. Okay, my thing
because
is,
I thought that was
going
petty.
like that. I'm not trying to go back and forth with you.
Then good. Then it's done. We don't need to go back and forth. I thought you made a backhanded comment in
You
there.
assumed.
And that was it.
You assumed.
Okay. And you assumed certain things that girls were doing to me were something else that they
I
weren't.
assumed nothing today.
Did you hear the tone with which he was speaking to her?
Oh,
in
he's
that clip?
very
no
authoritative.
guy who likes a girl, or has a crush on a girl, or wants something with a girl would ever talk to her.
No way. No way.
This is the I don't think we need to see each other anymore kind of tone. He's done with this relationship.
Yeah. Okay. Now this next clip is long, but it is so much fun.
No.
This is
All
in the
right.
middle of the night. You know, this entire cast does like to talk to the cameras, and 90% of the time I don't pay attention because none of them have
No,
anything.
well, okay, wait. Do you know how this started? I think
Is this the Apple thing?
Frank
Oh.
actually said at one point, "Oh yeah, I get up early in the morning and I go out and talk to the camera." He said this. This was I want to say this was like maybe 2 weeks ago. And then someone else said, "Oh yeah, when I'm in the room alone, I talk to the camera."
Paul does it.
And Michelle was in the room listening. She's like, "You guys do that?" And then later on that night, she tried it. She did it. And so ever since then, she's doing it a little more. And so next clip is her doing it. But I just want you guys to know that that's how it started, was people were letting others know that they talked to the camera. And she was like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I should be doing that. And so now she's doing it to be like the others and to get airtime, get attention, whatever. It's all an ulterior motive. That's why she started
I
doing
would
it.
think
This
a
was-
super
this
fan
isn't a natural thing.
A super fan should know that.
Yes, she definitely should know this.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff that I'm finding that she doesn't know. Did she skip entire seasons? Because she's not a super fan. Because there's stuff in there that's like, really? So-and-so did that? Or really? That happened on that season? I'm like, there's stuff that I've caught that she doesn't know that she totally,
Yes.
absolutely should know.
Definitely. All right, so this is at 3:44 this morning. Michelle in the bathroom talking to the cameras.
I freaking ate 4 fiber tablets and my stomach feels like it's about to implode on itself. Sometimes I wish I was in a better mindset to play the game. I feel like it's bad timing. I wish I had actually put work into my appearance, changed my hair back to the hair color I feel most confident in. Because the only reason I dyed it dark was because of a breakup, and then I got blonde tips before the show, but now I just wish I got my usual hair that I usually have and felt 100%. I wish I didn't eat cookies. I blame Bridget. I wish I didn't eat all that crap food. I wish I would do so much more than what I'm doing now. And it's all me to blame. There's no one else to blame but me. I bet my sisters are thinking, oh my gosh, Michelle's a fat lard now. What happened to her? Everyone's probably being like, how is she studying nutrition when she can't even control her own eating habits and looks like a freaking 500-pound whale? I just don't understand. I really don't. Knowing you're on TV 24/7, that people can see your fucking
fat rolls jiggling around that you have to go to the DR with a triple neck or a triple chin, and your flabby arms and comps wearing swimsuits. It's the worst feeling in the world. I'd rather lose than feel like this, because this is awful. This is the worst feeling in the world. I don't get how people do it. It would be fine if I had a pretty face, but I don't have that either. Just a stupid, loud, not funny piece of crap. Literally staying in bed all day tomorrow minus the veto. I don't freaking give a crap.
I am so excited for her post Big Brother eating disorder. Oh, God, I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay. So basically, she's giving us a rundown of why she is so heinous, right? And in the beginning of it, she's like, it's Bridget's fault. I'm eating like a cow, right? And then 2 seconds after that, she's like, there's nobody else to blame but me. But you blamed Bridget, bitch. And yes, I remember week 1, week 2, I went nuts online because she was eating microwave popcorn, okay? She is a nutritionist. I am nowhere near a nutritionist. I did a silly little cleanse, started to eat clean, whatever. I just wanted to get my body off of sugar, which, by the way, has been the best thing I've ever done. And I was just horrified. I'm like, oh my God. I'm not even a nutritionist. I don't even know all the really cool, interesting chemistry, biology shit that she knows about the human body. I don't know any of that advanced stuff. And the bitch is sitting there eating microwave popcorn. I went nuts because that's just eating chemical cans are heated up in the microwave. That's what microwave popcorn. If you want to eat popcorn, get one of those air poppers from Amazon. They're like $35. You pour the popcorn in. There's no oil. There's no butter. There's no chemicals. Nothing in that bag. Microwave popcorn is like the worst thing you can eat. I know it tastes delicious. Trust me, I've had bags in the past. I know they taste good. But if you have the knowledge she has, and this is going to be her career, yes. So I have sat at home in total judgment of the crap that she's been eating. I can't believe I just said crap. I never say crap, and it's because this bitch has been saying crap. Oh, God, if I start saying frickin', kill me. Kill me dead if I ever start saying frickin' or bullcrap. Oh, bullcrap. Yeah, shoot me in the face if I say bullcrap. Oh my God. But yeah, this bitch has got a lot of issues.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I look forward to all the pro Anna. Girls will know what that means. The pro Anna posts on her Insta. I'm very excited about it.
No
I
idea
love Anorexia Lifetime movies. That's my favorite. Like in that show Intervention. I actually hate that show Intervention unless it's about an anorexic. I don't know. I've never been anorexic. Never strived to be anorexic. But I love pointing out other people who are. It's just. Is that evil? Is that bad? I don't know.
It makes me laugh.
But I'm just a girl who loves anorexia stories. Love them.
God.
Love them.
Maybe that crossed the line thing from earlier. Maybe you got it there. No.
Did I?
No,
not quite. Okay.
Okay, let's move on to Saturday. We can wrap this up pretty quickly because not that much happened. The day started with the have-not reveal. They got trail mix and marshmallows.
It's just such crap anymore.
Yes.
Literally.
And the have-nots are Zakiya, Corey, and Polly. Natalie would have been the fourth, but she's exempt.
Right.
And then the POV players were picked. Besides Paul, Polly, and Bridget, we have Victor, Natalie, and Corey. Polly got the house guest choice, and he picked Victor to play. We had a clip of James being upset about that, but it's really not worth playing.
Yep.
Throughout the day, many were convinced that the comp was going to be the how bad you want it, and we all know how good they are at predicting what the comp is going to be.
Yeah, we thought it might be that because it started so early, but
yes.
It ended up not being.
Paulie spent most of the day repeating his story of the Zakiya argument. It's really funny how little it compared to what actually happened. But that's Paulie.
Oh, yeah.
But then we had something really, really interesting. In the past we've had some controversy about ADD meds.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda
stockpiling them.
Yeah, Amanda a couple years ago. Who else is? Last year, Vanessa.
Yeah. Anybody that's half the house is usually ADD.
Yes.
So half the house is on meds. There was a lot of we did the medication time. It wasn't ADD meds necessarily, but
right.
Yes, it
was that ADD meds that we were saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, it turns out that maybe there's a new policy.
See, if I have my Adderall, I'm like literally like like when I'm right now, I just kind of think like I try to think like this, but I think like this when I'm on Adderall. I'm just like, what? Like when I'm at work, I'm just like on my Adderall. I'm just like, let's go. But when I'm
They
at
won't
work, I'm
let
just
you
like,
have your Adderall?
what's up? No, they wouldn't let me to bring it.
Why? You need it clearly.
No, they said it'd be an advantage.
Yeah, but what if you need that to be like function like everybody else?
I do function fine. I told them I didn't need it.
Oh.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I was told about. Actually, that was the first time I listened to this.
Right.
I don't have anything prepared, but yeah, Mike contacted me and said, "Should we do this?" And as soon as he explained it to me, I was like, "Yeah, definitely," because this obviously stems from Amanda, when it was Alyssa that started saying it was unfair, and that she said, "Well, I want them too. Then I want to take Adderall meds too." And it is. I've taken Adderall before. I prefer Dexedrine. I have a prescription for Dexedrine. It's the same thing. I had a very, very, very. I'm not ADD at all, but I just once said I had no motivation in like a session with a shrink, and he's like, "Here, this will," and it's speed. It's speed is what it is. Okay, it peps you up. Yes, it makes you more active, more outgoing, more motivated. You can work out longer. You can do a lot of things that you have more energy, more stamina. So it's absolutely an advantage in a comp. And I think Amanda, God, I think she took a lot, didn't she? I think she had
that was a big deal.
Where she was talking about where she took like 8 a day or something. I mean, that's a lot. I don't know what her dosage was. But the same thing with Vanessa. She's like, I need to get my meds. And that's why we started joking about it with her, because before it, she'd be like, okay, whatever.
Oh, we knew how she changed.
Down over the face, zit cream, lying in bed, wouldn't shower, whatever. And then the second she had her meds, zipping up all around the house, causing mayhem in the house. So I get it, and I think I get the I mean, obviously Corey isn't critical. I guess some people like critically need it or whatever. I don't know. I mean, Corey's just, I just think he's a boring person.
Yes.
I don't think he needs it. He has no problem getting through life, not taking his Adderall, as we've seen. He can survive, right? He can get from point A to point B. He can make coherent thoughts. He can say things. He has ideas. He's fine. The guy doesn't need Adderall. Oh God, can you imagine? I wonder if he tells more goat stories or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's a tricky stuff, and I have a lot of feelings on this. I feel like it's the new hot disorder to have, attention deficit disorder, give everybody a drug. And it's more like college students who just want to stay up and study all night. Give them this. And I'm sure, and I know there are personal stories amongst us here where we have relatives and whatever that have taken it and that need it since children. I have a brother who was prescribed, but it took him years to get off of Ritalin. It really fucked him up. And you think they needed it at the time, but before, then it was social anxiety, and now it's Asperger's. And we can get into a really long technical conversation of like psychological disorders and all this stuff, and just doping up your kids, which I feel like is just so prominent now. But so I get it. If these people really need it in order to make 2 + 2 equal 4, to function, obviously Corey does not need it. It would be an absolute advantage for him. So I do think, though, that this was a reaction to the fans, because fans bitched a lot about Amanda, and people in the house bitched Amanda. I don't think we had it so much in 16. Mike, you may remember, but 17, last year we had it again.
We laughed about Vanessa all year because she would go to the DR at 11 a.m. every day, and came out a different person. Yeah. Okay, and along these same lines, we've talked many times before about how when returnees are on the show, they're not paid the same as regular house guests.
Right.
We've heard rumors of $100,000, things like that, but we've never really had any verification. Well, Nicole and Corey were talking, and she does verify, not an amount, but she does verify that they're not paid the same.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that $2,500 under our belt. It's like being here for 3 weeks,
Yeah, but you can't talk about it because people will forget. I forget.
Who cares?
I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Being here 3 weeks, like 2.5 weeks, you mean? You get 1,000 a week, right?
Yeah. How much do you get? 15?
Really?
Me too. I don't care.
You can't repeat it.
Really.
I can't talk about it. I don't get paid weekly.
Oh, really? That's cool. Wait, really? Daily?
No.
Oh, just you're here and that's what you
Yeah,
get.
because I could have gone home day 2 and I would have got the same.
Really?
If I go home now.
That's pretty cool.
But think about it. If I left my job and everything for 2 days and had to go home, I would have made the most money I've ever could have possibly made in those 2 days. But like I thought I was just coming for this 1,000 a week, and then I got a call, and I was like, really?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I talked to Robin. She's like, I knew you'd be excited because you're the one person that didn't even ask about how much you're getting paid. You're just happy to come back.
That's hilarious.
I was like, yeah. I was like,
That's a great incentive.
all right.
It's a
I would've
dating
come back.
show. Come on.
Where was Buzzer Boy?
I don't know, but that's great.
I
Robin
could
was
totally.
mentioned there.
It's interesting that she said that Robin said Nicole was the only one
Right, that didn't ask.
who didn't. Can't you totally see Dave be like, "How much am I gonna get?"
Yeah.
Right.
And Nicole's like, "What? I get a new boyfriend out of this, right?"
Yeah. She gets a dick and some money.
There be a boy that'll break my heart in a year and a half. I'm in.
Yeah, that was one of the best little clips I found. I found that fascinating.
That's a gem. That's a good
Corey,
one.
what? Hourly?
Yeah.
Or what? Week? Daily? What?
Daily?
Dummy. All right, so we had veto time then, and Polly won.
Yep.
Apparently, Victor let him win. I don't know too many of the details of this comp. Do you know anything, Mike?
Nope. Just that we saw the feeds came back and well, Paulie already had his shirt off, so I don't know what he was wearing.
Paulie
but,
never wears a shirt.
No, I know, but Natalie, who competed, also had it looked like a track outfit kind of thing on. So, and they mentioned it being some kind of running thing. Both Bridget, who also apparently has a new an injury, she had ice on her knee. And Natalie, neither of them said they could run very well. So it was some kind of a running thing. So it might have been an endurance running back and forth, something. I'm not sure. We thought it might have been.
Well, it didn't take very long. Feeds
No,
were
it
only
didn't
down a
take-
couple hours.
It didn't take very long.
I was so surprised they were. I didn't even realize they were
Yep.
back until hours. Because I was like, "Oh, I got the
And-
whole
and-
afternoon."
And they commented that it wouldn't take long to get the backyard cleaned up, and they were already out in the backyard shortly after that.
I couldn't
So-
believe it. That's
Yeah.
when I knew something was up. I was like, "Oh shit, they're out in the backyard at like 5 o'clock." I was like, "What the hell are they doing?"
First time
Yeah.
all season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so when the feats came back, maybe it was a little bit after that, but Natalie and James were in the Paris room, and Natalie was kind of
That was-
jumping around like she was working out because she's decided she's fat.
Was she? And she, I thought that's why I thought she was going into seclusion of things. Like, well, how am I going to work out in here? And people told me that I guess Natalie doesn't like to work out in front of people, so she was in the Paris room with James. And
Yeah,
that's why she-
jumping around, and James, his eyeballs moving up and down, up
Well,
and down.
happen.
But James finally said something intelligent.
Mike, it's in Polly's best interest to keep Bridget, because Bridget's not going after Polly. No. Polly wants to keep Bridget, so Bridget will do his dirty work.
That's what he does.
He's got everybody doing every little sector of the house. James, I'll put up whoever, because he knows I'm working with them. Paula works with Polly. Bridget's now on board with Polly. Corey and Nicole, Polly is just protected all the way around.
Polly's gonna win this game.
Oh, he's gonna make it to Final 6 at least, Final 5.
Because he had Cody to go gym and Derek to go gym. This kid came in guns hot. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and he's a physical competitor as well.
And mental.
The only way you can get Polly out is to backdoor him and force somebody to put, somebody up next to him that the house likes.
That's the only way you're gonna get him out.
It's got to be double eviction.
Yeah.
Have you noticed lately that Pauly and James have taken notice of one another
Yes.
and have started to analyze each other's games? And then now we hear, and you guys have both confirmed, that we know James actually has talked to Derek. We definitely know Pauly does. I didn't have time to listen to this clip before the show started. I'm listening to it, and I'm like, listening to James dissect Pauly's game, I think it would be it would be interesting if we get like a James Pauly Final 2, knowing that Derek coached both of them to get there.
Oh.
And they both got there in very different ways. But I almost feel like they're on to each other.
I don't want that.
They definitely are.
They don't want that, though.
But the
No,
problem...
I'm just saying it'd be interesting if they were both coached by Derek and they end up getting there. But that clip just made me think they're on to each other. And James he's not being obvious about it. Oh, James isn't obvious about anything. But Pauly started to throw James's name around too.
Yeah.
That started in the last couple weeks. He's begun tossing that out because I think he's very wary of James. So it's interesting. They're both quiet about one another. I mean, the only one James has confided in is Natalie here.
Yeah.
They're very quiet about it, but that's an interesting thing to. I would like to see them go hard at one another because James is a little too chicken too, and I feel like Pauly might be too because James is so well liked. That's a duo I want to see go at it.
Oh God, that'd be good.
I think you're giving James a hair too much credit. I'm not saying he isn't observant, but at the same time, I still see the James that was like every week was like, wow, it's just us. What just happened? Why did we do it that way? And then the next week, wow, it's just this now. It's just, and then it's done to him and Meg. Wow, it didn't go that.
I think he's just really, really careful and really, really low key. I do think there is a method to his non-madness. Kind of. I do. No, he bores the shit out of me.
Well, at least he's not doing a bunch of pranks anymore, so we give him that.
Oh yeah, thank God, because I'm hoping it's because we all bitched about it a lot. But yeah, no, I think he's playing a very, very careful game.
I agree. I said that a couple weeks ago.
I feel like a lot of this is so. I think he wants to say a lot more than he's saying, especially in regards to Davon and Nicole, and he's not saying it. Or if he's saying it to very few people, carefully selected people.
So do you think that
the only thing that I'm scared about is the fact that Pauly has more power in the overall house?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, That's what I'm saying. Two completely different personalities.
So do you think that James is a former America's favorite and Natalie is now the current America's most favorite? You might think, since she got the most votes in that last thing. Could they be the next Jeff and Jordan?
Oh, shut up!
Shut
up!
Actually, but I do think I didn't say this earlier. There was a lot of after Natalie won that stuff. I mean, this went on for like 12 hours. Everyone bitching about it. There was a way that James was replying, that James was commenting on it. Where I was like, you know what? I think James is a little jealous.
Oh yeah.
Really think he is, especially from a former America's favorite. I do think he was a little jealous by that.
He has made a couple comments about
probably like, oh, it's so good. I am hooked up with her. It is so, out of all the girls in the house to be hooked up with, it's really good that he's with her.
Yeah.
I think he's thinking that.
Yeah.
Now.
All right. We've got a couple more things to talk about, then we're done here. There was some weirdness in the mid-afternoon. Michelle was in the bathroom and it suddenly started leaking on her.
The ceiling.
From the ceiling. And then it turned out that the HOH was flooded. Paul forgot to turn off the water, maybe? I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know what happened there.
Nope.
But Paul was locked out of his HOH, which of course he was pissed off about as he was wandering around in his robe and key.
Yes.
But then we did get a verification that Pauly's plan is still on.
Who's going this week? Obviously, back door.
Yeah, Day's rolling out.
She has no idea.
No idea.
None.
Hey man, I was down to work with her, but she mentioned my name.
Yeah.
To Meech, to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if she never mentioned my name, said anything about splitting things, I'd have been like, all right, let's ride. You know what I mean? I liked her, but she knows the game. She's a strategist. You know, she
was out second week.
Target couples.
Yeah, that's what didn't make sense to me, because I was like, why are you telling me when I'm a couple myself?
Mm.
I mean, I might be the last couple on your list.
Mm-hmm. You know, not only that, but she like the way she went about it, of like her reasons why she wanted to split up the couples, of trying to like say there's an alliance.
Yeah.
But
Well, there was, you stupid asshole.
I watched that conversation between James and Paulie back in the have not room. It was like, God, man, Paulie is so cocky. He's just so.
Oh God, he's the worst bro of all time.
She brought up my name. I was and I thought about it as he said. I thought, wow, James is the one that did that to Davon too, because James is the one that told Paulie about Davon ratting out the Showmance alliance, and that was when Paulie's like, crap, she told people about this alliance. That's it.
So, do you think? Okay, because remember, they even showed that clip on the CBS show. They showed Davon telling James, we got to go after the couples. And James says, well, wait, I'm in a couple. So do you think that was James's way of going after Day without really going after Day? Let me get Paulie to do it for me.
That's not a bad idea. I think you're onto something.
You're thinking way too. This is giving James way too much
Look,
credit.
Mike, I so don't even like. I am not the game strategy.
I know.
I'm just the one that says stupid, shitty, bitchy comments about these players. And everything you're proposing, you're like, you're thinking too much of.
No, because back when that happened, that happened in the London room when Davon told James about that. I watched and I thought, wow, Davon's cluing James in. All right, she's trying to team with. And then I watched James walk right out and tell Paulie. I'm like, well, crap. I guess Paulie is still on, or I guess James is still on Team Paulie. Because I thought, wow, Davon's given James some information that he can take, and he might work with Frank or other people on that. And yet he went right back to Paulie. So I remember when it happened. And at the time, I thought, I think James is really in solid with Paulie. Now I don't think he's necessarily in solid with Paulie, but back then when it happened,
But he brought it up again in this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he bring up the fact that they mentioned the couple? Yeah, you're right. That could be part of it.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, yeah, like right when it happened.
Sure.
No, I'm saying now, this is calculated.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
All right, final clip. I haven't listened to this yet, so Mike, why don't you introduce it?
It just was a conversation. So we talked about the bathrooms the bathroom did get fixed. They got shuffled around, and this is actually back in the downstairs bathroom. Paulie was making a comment, and I just thought it was reflective on the fact that we've been making fun of Paulie and his appearance, and this is relevant to this. He's talking to Victor, just the two of them in the bathroom.
Can't wait to shave my beard.
You actually just gonna chop it off?
Yes, but I made a promise. I'll wait till Thursday.
Continuity.
Yeah.
I'll see if they let me on Thursday. I'd be so happy if they do.
They used to not let them do it at all.
No, Paulie can't shave.
Yeah,
Paulie
Paulie
looks
wants to
so
shave.
stupid with a clean shaven. He looks like a pasty, stupid doughboy. He looks. I remember when I first saw his picture, I was like, "What a goofy looking motherfucker!" And then as soon as he got in the house, I was like, "Oh, hey, Paulie." Yeah, no, he can't shave. He's gonna look really dumb. He's gonna
Can't
look
grow
really
the
stupid.
head he can't grow the hair on the top of his head out.
No, it's coming in. The guy can grow hair like nobody's business. It's growing. It's coming in. I noticed it. Yesterday when I was watching the feeds, I was like, "Wow, he's not bald anymore. He's got a good like third of an inch that's already come in. He can grow hair. He can grow hair fast on his face. No, on his face it came in too. I was surprised they let him do it. When they let him do it, they're probably like,
Yeah,
it's kind of fucking ugly. And then when he did, they're like, oh, he's really cute now. So yeah, no. If anybody from Big Brother is listening, you already let him fuck up his hair. Don't let him fuck up his face. Don't let him shave. Do not.
Make a tweet about it and see if Allison favorites it. Then you'll know.
I want to assume that they're all listening right now.
All right, so that catches us up to the end. But before we go, I got a DM from our longtime listener and friend, Mr. Mac. he went back and watched Natalie's goodbye message to Victor.
Right.
And she said that he needs to be more respectful to women.
That was it.
That was it. Remember, there was a couple scenes in those early episodes where he was like really nitpicking to her as she was wandering around.
Yeah, because she walked on the bottoms of her pants. He's like, "Oh, I hate that. Your pants are
Yeah,
dirty."
yeah. So I mean, really, is that worth? My mother watched that.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, well, we've run really long tonight, so let's do our
bad.
plugs and get out of here. I know
Who's going home?
somebody's ready for a nap.
Who's going home?
Well,
Davon's going.
You know what? Davon versus Bridget might be closer than you think.
It could be. It'll be interesting.
I want Davon gone.
It'll
Yeah,
be
I do
fun
too.
To see.
I
She
do
may pull
too.
the envelope and walk right back in. I'd like to at least touch that because our next podcast won't happen until after it's all happened.
Yeah.
I know. By this time, you guys are all ready to go to bed, but this is where we always get.
I think it'll be close, but I think I think Day will go.
All right.
All right. But that's assuming that Paul has the guts to actually put her up. We've got a couple days before that happens.
Paulie won it. I wanted to see somebody else win it and not using Paulie to be against Bridget. I wanted to see that. Or Paulie against Davon. That's what I wanted to see, but Paulie's going to use it on himself.
Yeah. All right. Plug time. Mike.
Oh, you know, those of you that listen should know by now. BBGOSSIP on Twitter, BigBrotherGossip.com, and then Spreaker and Spreaker in the morning and Periscope in the afternoons. I've pretty much been doing it every weekday so far this season, so I will continue doing that.
Colette?
I almost said on Clitter. Okay. On Twitter.
I like that.
On Twitter. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I am falling
You know
asleep.
what's wrong. You started it out. You said you're drunk.
No, yeah, and then I stopped drinking. Like I was drinking really fast, and then I haven't had a drink since like the first 20 minutes of the show. I'm dead sober right now. Maybe that's why I'm falling asleep. So Twitter at Colette Lala, COLETTELALA. Instagram, same name. If you do I keep getting all these requests, and you guys aren't letting me know who the fuck you are. I will not accept you. I won't. Send me a Facebook message or Twitter or tweet. And then the second you do, I will go accept you on Instagram. If you ever do have any Amazon shopping to do, go to ColetteLala.com, click on any of the Amazon links to get there, and that's all.
All right. Big Brother Gossip on Twitter, BigBrotherGossip. For my music podcast, ScottHudson.blogspot.com. And for my newspaper articles, ArgusLeader.com/blog/Scott Hudson. I just interviewed a band that I really, really love called the Aquadowels. And so that's going to be it. Don't forget, Day Drinking with Scott and Colette for you Patreon subscribers. Patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip. And that's it, right? Right?
Yeah, I was just going to say iTunes reviews. Those two. We love those.
Good night.
Bye.